What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome to Wednesday night live intuitive oracle. And it's crazy because I'm always saying how Wednesday comes so fast. I feel like it's been forever since we've been together, and I missed you guys so much. I was going for the Victorian vampire era look tonight, and I guess I got it right because whoa. So forgive the makeup, but I love you guys anyway. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. I am overloaded with crystals tonight because I just have so much amazing crystal jewelry. I wanted to show you guys. I got the selenite and amethyst necklace. And with the gift card Miss Paranormal Pixie got me for my birthday, it's chrysocolla and my favorite, one of my favorites, serpentine. And you guys got to see the shirt, okay? Of course, I got the moldavite earrings and the lapis ring. So it says, nothing to see here, we don't exist. And there's an alien. So I thought it was cute. I thought you guys would enjoy it. All right. With that being said, tonight we are working with the energy of Ocean Jasper. Okay. Looks more like snakeskin to me, but the store and the app insisted it was ocean. And then I have a really special piece. It is Seraphonite, the infinite stone. I've been working with this for a really long time. Well, every day for the past week. So for me to work with one crystal every single day is kind of a big deal. Barring that, I don't think there's anything else going on this week. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to see you guys. Let me get started saying, oh, hey, to everybody. Lotus girl, I'm here barely, but I'm here. You are going to be just fine real soon. I promise you. Melissa Nicole, Jilly Doom. Melissa Nicole is playing with a new tattoo gun. Good luck, girl. Blue Crossroads, hi. Ralph and Cassie Francis. Vixen Doe. And Edna, hi. Louisa's Miscellaneous Videos. Eris Mana. Excuse me. Slow Motion, Nutslap. Andrew and Gnomes Trucking. Lightworker, nice to see you. It's nice to see all of you. I don't think I missed anybody. All right. So, oh, thank you, Ralph and Cassie Francis says, looking amazing tonight. You know, without the bright light that I normally put on me, which I am going to have to go turn the other one on when I pull Steven in, it looked really nice. And then I'm like, oh, God. Oh, and Edna, that is wonderful, wonderful news. Yeah, Edna said, I got good news from the cardio doc. My heart is good. That's because it is pure and full of light and love. Let's bring Ghost Dragons in. He's giving the thumbs up in the background. What's up, Crowley? Love you too. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out, please, sir. Steven, entertain the chat while I just turn that light on real quick, and then we'll just get started.
How's everybody doing? I'm good. Been a crazy 48 hours. But I am good. Thanks for all the posts, guys. Thank you. I'll say my hellos as we go through the names. And that is awesome. And now Gemma.
We do have a new deck tonight, courtesy also of the gift card Miss Paranormal Pixie got me for Amazon. It is the Higher Self Oracle. It's pretty awesome. I haven't read for anyone except myself yet. So it's going to be great. Let's start with, is it Lotus Girl?
Yes. Very well.
And I'm going to start with the Higher Self.
And I'm going to write down that she's first because has she popped back in since she's probably listening now.
Jilly. Oh. Shelly, hi. Oops.
Now, Shelly, if you're going to leave, let us know and we'll get you in.
Yes, if any of you guys have to leave early or soon for any reason and you want a reading, let us know so that we can make sure that you get one.
We'll either do it and I can post it on chat and comments afterwards, or I try to save that for the people that are here every night. But if it's an important one, I'll make sure it gets to you.
Yeah, and also, wow, playing with a new tattoo gun while driving. That's interesting, Melissa Nicole. Good luck, girl. Good luck. So I was going to say something. Dang it. Oh, I hope Rose Tyler will be here tonight. I finally figured out how to unblock. And when I did, I was embarrassed that I didn't figure it out quicker because it's soups simple. I did. I had a wonderful birthday day. I had a wonderful birthday week, and you guys were a big reason for that. So thank you so much. No interruptions from mom. That's always good. Same here. All right, Lotus Girl. Acceptance. These cards are gorgeous. All right, it is the first card of the deck. Acceptance is the hardest lesson life teaches and the most important to learn. This card comes to you because you are struggling to accept an unexpected change in fortune or an unjust situation, or because you are having difficulty embracing your present circumstances. If you've recently or are currently undergoing change as a result of loss or due to an unexpected turn of events, your higher self requests that you shift your attention to the bigger picture. The only constant in life is change. And from a higher consciousness perspective, change is an opportunity for growth and evolution of the spirit. While at times change can be a negative and painful experience, your spirit will learn valuable lessons that contribute to its overall transformation and maturation. Your higher self has a plan in place for your current lifetime and is asking you to accept with compassion, patience, and strength the lesson brought to you at this time, since it will pay dividends for your soul's growth. If you are having difficulty accepting an unjust situation, your higher self is bringing to your attention the need to accept that there are injustices in the world, and this is indeed a part of life. Acceptance in this case does not refer to acquiescence. It means accepting that at times we are subject to unfair situations in life and we are operating outside the realm of our control. Acceptance doesn't mean that you have to be passive or give up. Rather, your higher self is asking you to redirect your attention away from what you cannot change to what you can change. If you're having trouble accepting your present circumstances and decisions you've made in the past, your higher self is asking you to embrace who you are, both positive and negative aspects, without any conditions. Do not judge yourself harshly for your mistakes. Rather, own the outcomes of your past situations. Learn to accept that making mistakes is a natural part of the soul's journey on earth. How else would you learn? If there were moments in your past that you're not proud of, forgive yourself, accept what occurred, and release it. Make an effort to refrain from constantly reviewing the past and let go of those burdens. Holding on to what was, perhaps a missed opportunity, a different lifestyle, or an old relationship, will cause mental and emotional anguish and will hold you back. You're being asked to accept the present moment. Agonizing against what could have or should have been will only cause further suffering and deprive you of the blessings that are available today. So, multifaceted Jules, what's up? Smoochy, and anyone else that came in that I did not see. Welcome. Lotus Girl, what this card is saying is something that I think you and I talk about all the time. Like, we feel like it's like one thing after another, after another, after another. And we get those moments where we don't mean to, but we get those like, why me moments? Like, why is it always me? Why is it always me? Why is it nonstop? And that type of thinking is really detrimental to us fulfilling our contracts and lighting up our soul, right? We end up getting depressed. We can get down. We can make ourselves physically sick with dis-ease and or disease. And your higher self right now, through this card, is asking you to remain as calm as you can, accept things how and as they come, and good advice, focusing on what you can change right now. So think of everything that's within your control. What can you do to make sure you're healthy physically? What can you do to make sure that people are respecting and accepting your boundaries, or respecting them at least? What can you do to make sure that you are happy tonight or today, wherever, I think it's nighttime in Tennessee. But do you know what I mean? Focusing on the things that you can do will also make you feel more productive and like you're a part of creating your own life. Focusing on what you can't do, that's coming from a lack mindset, and we really should never be doing that. You're on mute, hon.
Yell at me. Melissa
Nicole, Myths and Mermaids. I I hope you guys all had an amazing week. Don't forget, tomorrow we are here with Miss Paranormal Pixie, and we're just chillaxing and chatting about things and stuff and things. Monday, I am hoping to have Sunny Bear and Spooky Morales from Paranormal Chop Shop over at our noon show. That's noon Eastern time on Monday. We're doing that bi-weekly, guys. And hopefully Chris, the paranormal dude, will still be available to come on. And we can talk about the semi-cloaked square ships that he captured on video and picture. And it is crazy. I haven't shared them with anybody but Ghost Dragons yet, because I want it to really be a surprise. These images are insane, and they're definitely 100% real. Like, if they're faked, someone did an amazing job. Someone is a pro, because, and this guy doesn't have his own channel. Like, he's just a paranormal, he's an enthusiast of the community. I went to go get my haircut this weekend, and they're like, sorry, you need an appointment. And I'm like, well, 3 weeks ago, you told me I didn't need an appointment. I was mad. I lost my temper just a little bit, but I reeled it back in and just told the lady to have a nice day and moved on.
Hello,
I
Monster
always think
Radio.
of you guys when I'm about to, what's up, Monster Radio? I always think of you guys when I'm about to lose my cool, because I'm like, what advice would I give them, and what advice would the cards give them about this? Definitely not to tell the lady to go F herself, right? So I had to pull my energy back, and I was just like, okay, that's fine. Have a nice day. We got RJ's haircut regardless. Okay, Melissa, you got card number 25, Mermaid Picking Lotus Blossoms. A lovely golden-haired mermaid sits upright in a pond covered with lily pads. She thoughtfully seeks out and selects a lotus blossom. A contemplative look is upon her face. She's on a quest of faith, a quest of a spiritual nature. You are seeking spiritual perfection. You're surrounded by options, mental, material, emotional, and spiritual. Now is the time to focus your energies and select a path to search for spiritual perfection. Take your time and find the direction that is appropriate for you. Experiment with a new method of communing with nature or your higher power through yoga, meditation, or religious study. Find a group who is seeking just as you are and who shares your ambitions. This is a time to move forward with an open mind and a curious heart. Do not prejudge the path others are on. Attend a service with a family member or friend of a different faith. Read spiritual texts that are unfamiliar to you, and take the time to experiment and walk into new territories. You never know where your new path may lead you. That's very true. It's like stepping outside of your comfort zone, Melissa. What your team really is trying to tell you is that you've been getting the same message for at least a year now, where you're stuck, stale, stagnant, something is dead, done, over with, and you're still sitting in that energy. So if it's a romantic relationship, I'll use this as an example and say you're living together. And I think you actually said this, and you're kind of like just roommates at this point. You're still sitting in that energy, right? You have to separate your energy from this person's, disconnect or cut the trauma bond, the trauma cord, I like to call it, because it is an actual cord that runs from you to the other person. Cut that trauma cord, break that trauma bond. And if you stay in the same place, like the same home, make sure that you definitely smudge it, cleanse it, and yourself on their way out the door. Maybe some black salt, regular salt, little bit in the corners of each room in your house, and then open the door and just toss the rest out into the wind. Right now, though, I feel like there are opportunities coming into you for you to step outside of your comfort zone, for you to do something different. But I feel like you're so used to not taking those opportunities for whatever reason that it's like it's not even a consideration to you. Like, for example, if somebody asks you if you want to, I don't know, go on a paranormal ghost hunt or whatever in your area, and you really, really want to go, but you're not used to being around that many people. You don't usually leave your house. You're like, nah, I'm good. If you don't go out and meet people, you'll never experience new things really with other people. You'll miss out on so many opportunities. And a little bit off card, the message that I'm getting right now is that this week, you should accept a certain opportunity to get out and do something. I'm seeing bungee jumping. It doesn't mean that it will be bungee jumping. It means that it's going to be something way outside of your comfort zone. But if you do this, you're going to meet certain people, make certain connections that are going to change your life for the absolute better. If you stay home and stay in that stuck, stale, stagnant energy, you're not going to move forward at all this week.
Okay, are you ready for your next? Jilly Doom. Jilly Doom, you're up.
Jilly, I'm going to use Oracle of the Radiant Sun.
Thank you, Crowley.
Yes, thanks, Crowley. Guys, don't forget donations are what pay me. If you donate to PayPal and Cash App, I get the money right now. If you donate Super Chat or Super Sticker, I get it at the end of the month, and YouTube takes 49%.
And she will have Venmo tomorrow.
What?
You'll have Venmo.
Oh, yes.
tomorrow.
And I'm going to be using Ghost Dragon ZW's Venmo because I can't get one. I explained to you guys already because of my phone, because the jerk that had it before me never changed the number, and they won't release the number to me, even though I've had the same number for like 4 or 5 years. So Steven does have Venmo, and if you guys donate through that, the money will just go to me for the channel. Okay, Jilly.
Actually, I'm going to buy me a big old Godzilla with it. No, just kidding.
You got Mars in Gemini. This doesn't mean your Mars is in Gemini, but this is the energy that's coming in for you this week. I mean, you could be a Mars in Gemini. I am a Mars in Aries, right where it belongs. Yes, definitely cleanse. Yes, Melissa Nicole, I really am. I'm going to be so proud of you, but don't think that I'm not proud of you right now, and don't think your spirit team's not proud of you right now. The problem is we have, thank you, Crowley, we have free will. So as much as your spirit team wants to step in and turn your head around and say, there's your soulmate, this is where you're supposed to live, this is how you get your dream job, this is how you get rid of bozo, they can't, because then they're telling you your chart, they're telling you your life commitment, and the whole point of being here is to learn that commitment. What's up, Mike?
Hi, baby.
Oh, it's okay. I did get your message. I appreciate you. I think I responded. Jilly, most Mars Gemini actions involve mental work and often manual dexterity too. Mars and Gemini alike are fast-moving factors in traditional astrology. Neither planet nor sign can endure waiting around for things to happen, and both require quick decisions. Sorry, okay. Quick action, sorry. This planet sign combination indicates someone who is good in argument and debate and brilliant at the quick verbal comeback. When it comes to sharp and aggressive repartee, Mars Gemini types can lash with the tongue a little better than most. In fact, most of their battles are fought verbally. Such people display much inventiveness and ingenuity in their activities, which usually involve doing more than one job at a time. Often this placing of Mars indicates great versatility in work with the hands as well as with the mind. Coupled with Gemini's ability to do many things at the same time, it would be surprising if people with this aspect did not have a good physical manipulative talent to add to their mental skills. Mars Geminians have a lot of energy to expend in rushing around gathering information, references, or just good old-fashioned gossip, and are a source of information for all who inquire. If they don't know the answer personally, they know someone who does. If this person is not a professional reporter, he or she makes a good amateur. When this card is drawn, it indicates the need to make a quick decision, but bear in mind that speed is not the most important factor. I do feel like it's not really going to be a speedy decision as far as like you not giving much thought to it. There's something going on here in your life where you really do need to take action, and the universe is saying it wants to see the action taken this week. But I don't think this is a surprise to you. I feel like this is something that you've been thinking about, mulling over, turning over in your mind for a really long time. Could be getting a new job, could be moving, could be ending or beginning a new relationship. It doesn't matter what it is. You'll know what it is when it comes to you. But the point of it is to make the move, right? Don't just sit around waiting for the universe to act for you or for something to fall into your lap. If you're waiting for the right time to do something, there will never be a right time. The right time is always right now. The answer is almost never to sit and wait for something to happen before you make a decision. So this isn't about a snap decision. It's about something you've been really thinking about for a long time, finally coming to fruition, and you have to make a move. If you don't, this is the universe's way of saying that they will step in and make it for you. Your spirit team has no problem doing it, but then you're going to be hit with a tower moment where you're like, oh my gosh, why is everything falling apart? Well, because you showed the universe that you did not learn the lessons from the previous times throughout your life that your world kind of quote unquote fell apart. And it's repeating the cycle until you can show it, your team and the universe, that you've learned the lesson.
Okay.
I don't care for the art on that card. Yes, Miss Smoochie, you're absolutely right. It's kind of drab. Who just came in and said something interesting happened?
Baby UFO. Right.
All right.
Here.
Can we find that?
Yep. Right here. Whoop. Right. Wrong one. Sorry.
It's okay.
Right there. Right
Happens
there.
to me all the time. Okay.
Is that what you were talking about?
Baby UFO says weird stuff happened. I ordered kennels for my expansion 3 times, and every time they canceled the orders, 2 different places. Then yesterday, the county vet called and wants to lease out the space. Would that be a good opportunity for you or not so good? Listen, Baby UFO, if you're going to stay with us, you're on the list for a reading. If you want to be read about this and you have to go, let me know. I'll pull a card and we'll see what comes up. Totally up to you. I can do one and we can leave a timestamp because we don't have a lot of people in here right now, so it'll be okay.
Yes.
Who's next?
Blue Crossroads. He is listening. He's prepping the house for the thing tomorrow, this week, or is it tomorrow?
For Miss Shauna.
Yes.
Blue Crossroads, I'm going to use the Fairy Tale Oracle. My favorite of all. As far as the artwork. I've made a decision. This is my favorite as far as the artwork. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for coming in and spending this time with us. Yeah. Thanks, Mitchie, for always reminding me when I don't look my best. Already said it, though.
I told her she looked good. I don't think she looks bad.
No, my hair, like I need a haircut.
I know, but you still look good.
It's frustrating.
Take the compliment.
Finally have my long hair. Well, telling someone they're having a bad hair day is not.
I know. I was talking about mine.
All right.
I will, Mike.
All right, Mr. Blue Crossroads.
See, now everybody's loving on you.
I can't see any of it.
I know.
Okay, Gretel. Card number 5, Ingenuity. Oh, thank you guys. It's just like normally, like it's all right. I just am feeling, what's the word? Insecure today about how I look. I think it's like I have to do something with the lights because they make me look really pale, and I'm not. I actually have olive skin. These lights are like...
Have you ever thought about maybe taking like a handkerchief or something and hanging in front of it, and that would kind of dull it out a little bit? I mean, I don't know how hot they get, but you can get those little screens to put in front of it.
I can try. I feel like it makes me really pale, and it makes me self-conscious because, again, I have olive skin. I'm not pale. And with the dark hair, yeah, it is in the air. The Saturn in Pisces just started, and that is one of the things when... like you're, especially for water signs and Pisces suns in general, that's one of the things that comes with it. And, you know, eventually that'll pull out. And Edna, you are absolutely right. Okay. Blue Crossroads. She pushed poor Gretel out to the oven from which flames of fire were already darting. Creep in, said the witch, and see if it properly heated so that we can put the bread in. And once Gretel was inside, she intended to shut the oven and let her bake in it. And then she would eat her too.
Rose Tyler's here.
Where? Right. Rose Tyler, welcome back. Yes, I done did it. But Gretel saw what she had in mind and said, I do not know how I am to do it. How do I get in? Silly goose, said the old woman. The door's big enough. Just look, I can get in myself. And she crept up and thrust her head into the oven. Then Gretel gave her a push and drove her far into it and shut the iron door and fastened the bolt. Oh, then she began to howl. Quite horribly. I know. Yay. It's only been like 2 years. Blue Crossroads, without the fear or the occasion that caused it, there would be no need for valor. There would be no occasion for Hansel to practice the loving solicitude for his sister that brought about his words of comfort and his shrewd plan to come safely back home. The same can be said for Gretel at the story's end. With Hansel locked away, she had no one to rely on but herself. Her courage, or the fear she felt for herself and Hansel, led to courage. Her courage led her to cleverly avert disaster and save herself and her brother. Both children reacted rightly to their fear. There is nothing good about fear and fear alone, but the experience of fear in its raw and hideous reality can lead to valor, dignity, and ingenious ideas in less than a moment. This card teaches that young women face many dangers, and this can be the case in your life, or you may have experienced danger earlier within your own life. There is more than a good ending to your own personal story, and the betrayal by adults within your young life has not lessened the love that your peers and your adoptive family have for you now. You have shown again and again that when pressure comes, you will not let fear take you down. You rise to the occasion and overwhelm all of your adversaries. You have faced that which frightens all of us, and you have come through. How accurate is this card for Blue Crossroads, right? With the work that you're in, Blue? You have also been tremendously let down by the quote-unquote grown-ups in your life. They failed in their duty, and it is important that you realize that it never was, never will be your fault, and that they failed you so deeply. And now it is your turn to help younger people, particularly young ones who have suffered at the hands of their own parents. Tell your story and know that you are an inspiration. You're able to inspire, excite, and guide young people to create for themselves safe, loving spaces, relationships, and families. Your strategies and abilities must be passed on, even if it is in the most simple of ways. Contact with younger people will not only be good for you, but good for those young ones who can learn from you. I feel, Blue Crossroads, like people love helping you, and not just in this community either. Okay. Like we all love helping each other. Josephine, all you have to do is come in and you're on the list, honey. Yeah, guys, all you have to do is come in and we put you on the list, just like every week. Rose Tyler, I know that you probably wouldn't know that. Blue Crossroads, people love helping you. And whether it's a trauma from your parents or some other adults in your life when you were younger or not, I do feel like even with just your job, you've faced down your fear and literally like ate it for breakfast. So what this card is saying is what could possibly be happening now that's making you feel this way. And I don't mean to call you out, but there's some sort of, I wouldn't call it fear, like, if you see a demon in your closet, that terror, but it's fear of like moving past something, fear of the unknown, fear of moving forward, fear of accepting new opportunities. Be kind. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate you. There's something here that's it's fear, and it's stopping you from accepting an incredible opportunity for yourself. It's like then you're going to be forced to face some reality in your life, some new reality. And it could possibly be the passing of Shauna. Either you got an opportunity to, move somewhere where, then you have to leave the house that you and her lived in and leave all of that behind. But the universe is saying this opportunity, you need to accept it. And I feel like you have several right now, but there's one you're kind of really honing in on. Accept the opportunity at any cost, because it's going to put you in a position where you're able to so incredibly and so thoroughly help. For some reason, I really am getting people. Bye, sweetie. And I've spoken to you before about helping young people by talking to them. I always see you like in a speaking setting, like a teaching. And I know you're not a teacher, but I feel like you have so much knowledge, so much wisdom that you could be giving the younger generation. And this card just validates what I'm always telling you about that. Do not fear moving on. Do not fear moving forward, ever. Like ever. You've been through so much in your life. You pushed through so much. You've led an incredible life so far, and that doesn't have to stop now. You have more work to do. You have more work to do for the collective. You have more work to do for your own soul's growth. You have more to do, honey. And the opportunities are there in front of you. It's time to do Blue Crossroads. Like, it's time for Blue Crossroads to do what's best and right for Blue Crossroads.
We're going to go ahead and do Rose Tyler since it's a celebration day to have her back.
It really is. Rose Tyler, I'm going to use the Lantern Oracle. So I don't know if a lot of you guys were here, but some of you would be. Blue Crossroads. Okay. Blue Crossroads said, Gemma Jade, actually have an offer that will result in me having to move out of state. that's probably what I was seeing, because I was seeing you walking like out of the house, and the house was like far behind you, which to me is moving. The universe isn't telling you one way or another to take the opportunity, but it is saying, if you want to take the opportunity and you think that it's right for you, don't let fear of the unknown, fear of leaving the house behind, fear of, because you'll always have your memories. So a lot of, some of you might have been here for it. It was a few years ago. Ghost Dragons, were you even with me then, or was it Steve Seltzer?
Oh, I've been with you from the beginning.
Well, I know Steve was on with me I don't remember if you were there.
I was there.
Okay. So we had someone come in trolling me. It was happening nonstop, constantly. And I believe I know who it was. The original Bad Wolf. Yes. So this person went and got the Cookie Monster photo and changed their name to Chris Jarvis. So when they came in, I thought that they were Jarvis. And he's like, hey, that troll must have done something and taken my wrench. And I was very new to this. So I was like, oh my gosh, here, and gave him the wrench back. And it wasn't Chris. It was the troll that I had just blocked on a different account. And they came in and just started blocking my subscribers. And I didn't know how until now. This was 2.5 years ago. Because I remember the argument that I had with someone in real life who came in and started doing things like that. It was so hectic. It was so like anxiety, like so much anxiety. It was bad.
Thank you.
But we got it under control, and now I know how to fix it. Crowley, thank you so much. Yeah, I was trying, but I fell asleep. The end of the night is my yoga, manifestations, meditation, hanging out with the spirits until I fall asleep time. And then the rest of the day I'm working, doing one thing or another. Card number 20, Rose Tyler, enough. You were born enough. Throughout life, we grow either toward or away from embodying our spirit self. The direction away from our spirit self is often poorly compensated with a false identity that further weakens our power, autonomy, and authenticity. Even amongst apparent success, such pretenses further stifle us from within. A life constructed from self-compromise and erasure will shatter from the inside out, much like a mansion built on a hollow foundation will crumble. It can be no other way. Like the featured mother, no one deliberately compromises themselves. For most, this is an inherited pattern that results in a mindless reenactment of one's upbringing. An upbringing that included neglect, abuse, or a lack of resources may not have nurtured a secure sense of self, inherent lovability, appropriate boundaries, and or confidence. The featured mother is an example of someone who has not always known her worth or how to live with integrity. Initially, she had no boundaries and no understanding of how to assert them or her inherent right to have them respected. She did not realize that she has always been, is, and will be enough. Her wings need never have been locked within her back, nor need yours. It is up to the mother, like it's up to you, to keep your wings forever outstretched and ready for flight in the direction of spirit self's calling. Tune into an aspect of your life that does not feel right, inspiring, or true to you. The mother asks you to step up and move forward with clarity and a firm commitment to what is right for and by you. She asks you to identify what is enough for you rather than prioritizing any desires or expectations of the outside world. From this, you will both realize and enforce your boundaries. All that you are, all that you have, and all that you do is enough. In fact, it's more than enough. The fact that you breathe is all that's ever required of you to be enough. So give yourself permission to simply be. If you're tired, do less. If you lack pleasure, do more of what brings you joy. Rose Tyler, always be you. Breathe with your wings outspread. You are your spirit self-facilitator, not jailer. There is nothing to add, win, acquire, achieve, or improve in order to be enough. You were born enough. From this place of inherent enoughness, respect yourself and your eternal right to be all that you are by aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with your spirit self. Mother's message: know and honor your boundaries. Prioritize your spirit self's need for authentic representation. Let those who do not respect you as you are and on your terms fall away so that people and opportunities that do can come in. Okay. So, Rose Tyler, this is a really important message. They all are, but I feel like this one is really about you struggling from a place within. there's people in all of our lives who don't respect our boundaries, who don't want to, be in our life on our terms, who never want to compromise. And people like us, light workers, empaths, etc., are constantly just giving in. And when we give in, we're feeding their ego, we're feeding that negative energy so that it can get bigger and bigger until it finally consumes us and there's nothing left of ourselves. I'm not saying that this is your whole life, but there is a situation in your life where it's like you don't know what to do anymore. You're feeling very out of control, lost, helpless, alone. It's like this person, you don't want to be around them, but there's no way you're going to tell them that because this is an example. Like, you really can't stand being around this person. They make you feel bad about yourself. You know that they really don't like you. You know that they're jealous, whatever the case may be. But you can't bring yourself to be rude because that's not who you are. But unless you're rude, the person's not going to go away. That's what our ego tells us. But let me let you in on a secret. You can maintain good, strong boundaries pleasantly. And I always say, I love you so much, but if you're going to continue to behave like A, B, and C, I have to love you from a distance. You're no longer welcome in my home. Now, that can cause a lot of controversy. That can cause a fight. That can cause an argument. The best thing you can do is walk away. Spirit only judges us on how we behave. And it's not a judgment like you guys think, like a heaven or hell type thing. Just they judge us on the lessons. So if someone says, hey, Rose Tyler, F you, you're not anything. I don't have to, respect your boundaries. Who the F are you? If you can turn around and curse them right back out, but then Spirit's going to say, oh, she didn't learn that lesson of responding, not reacting. Now we have to bring a little drama into her life until she learns it. Then that's where the repeating patterns come in. My repeating pattern is not so great, intimate, romantic relationships. Why? Probably carried over from a past life and because I never made anyone respect my boundaries, So what the universe is saying to you in your spirit team is, listen, you're enough. You are incredible. You're amazing. You're miraculous. You are capable. You're worthy. You're all of these wonderful, amazing things. Whether you believe it about yourself or not, fake it till you make it. Like, this is the time. I don't care if it sounds inauthentic. I don't believe it is. You are allowed to live your life the way you want to, and you are allowed to set boundaries with people. You have the right. And you can kindly and lovingly tell someone to kick bricks and that you don't want them in your life anymore and that you are not going to reward that type of behavior, etc. And I feel like this week it's time to do that with a certain someone.
Okay, Ralph is next. I know he's here somewhere.
Ralph, let's use the seeker.
Hello, Pine Island.
Thank you, Pine Island Research. I appreciate you. I really don't anymore. I've done a lot of soul searching in the past 8 months, and if I'm talking just like introspectively, like about me, my energy, my spirituality, I am in a better place than I've ever been. And it only gets better every single day for me because I am always looking for the lessons. That doesn't mean I'm perfect and I always make the right decision, but I look for the lesson in everything. It's like a force of habit now. It's like breathing to me. Okay, this sucked. What did I learn from it so that it doesn't have to happen again? And then I state out loud what I learned from it, like just to be sure that me and the universe and I are communicating properly. Arsehole tolerance. Okay, Ralph, know your labels. Humans are multifaceted beings. We have more facets to our nature and personality than the Dracovin has scales and feathers. To some, Dracovin is a divine messenger, while others see him as a demonic being. Who can say that either label is accurate? Nobody but the Dracovin himself knows for certain. The Dracovin says that some of his labels are he, him, dragon, chimera, harbinger, messenger, guide, celestial, magical, divine, ancient, creative, innovative, critical, impatient, noisy, stubborn, gregarious, insistent, persistent, demanding, devious, manipulative, cunning, and absent-minded. And the list is incomplete, forever changing. Dracovin is more than the labels he has offered, and if you have noticed, some of the labels he embraces are quote unquote negative. Drakvin chooses to be truthful about his nature, for the Drakvin is also whole, authentic, and honest. He explores his nature. He knows his strengths and weaknesses. He accepts that he has a shadow side, that he is a little bit naughty and not always nice. He also knows that he is predominantly kind and gentle. Drakvin knows his labels, and that makes him powerful. He knows who he is, and because he knows who he is, his feathers do not get ruffled when others try to define or limit him. He understands that there are times when the labels others use to define him are accurate, but also that they are not all that he is. By knowing his labels, Drakvin knows he will never be what others expect him to be. He will always be more. Do you know your labels? Oh, nice. Mike Roberts says, oh, Gemma, my personal was amazing. Really hit me. I don't know if I said it because my phone's off, but thank you. You're so welcome. And of course, you thanked me. You always do. And I'm glad it was accurate, and I'm glad it made sense to you, because I was really happy to have you get that reading. I don't know why I feel so small today. Like, I feel like I'm all the way down here. All right, Ralph, Drakvin. So what this card is saying is, I feel like you have come to kind of a crossroads, like not a blue one. I'm always going to say that. You've come to kind of a crossroads where you could be possibly wondering who you are this week and next week. It's like something is being stirred up in you, either from the past or just, I really do feel like it has to do with the past a little bit. It's like this is just an example. Somebody comes in, they haven't seen you in 20 years, and they still think you're, a hard partying guy with long hair and a band. I don't know what you did 20 years ago. And you're like, this person doesn't even know me. There are times, I know, like with me, I'll run into someone I haven't seen in a really long time, and they're like, oh, do you remember when and they tell like really embarrassing stories about things that I'm really not proud of. And I have to say to them, yeah, those were bad days for me. Good thing I'm past them. And I hope that they understand that that means I don't want to talk about my past. I don't want to talk about the terrible things that I used to do, because I've made peace with them and with the people. If there was a person involved, I did that to the best of my ability. I feel like you're soul searching. You're wondering, who you really are, what to expect next. What do you really want? And I do feel like there's something coming up here, and I'm sorry I can't get more of what it is from your past, that's going to really put you in kind of an introspective mentality for the next week or two, wondering, who you really are. And I feel like the universe is your spirit team is trying to lead you more toward responding, not reacting. When someone does bring up something that maybe you're not too proud of, when someone is trying to put a label on you that no longer fits. And this is one of those readings where it's like, I'm only getting like the tip of the iceberg, and it's up to you. This doesn't happen often, but it happens at least once or twice a week, where you have to put the pieces together of what this really is. There is someone here from your past trying to define you. And something that I just got is it could possibly be you trying to define yourself based on what you are. You could be dwelling on something in the past. Someone brought something up that you did that you never really made amends with yourself for, and you're kind of dwelling on it. Don't dwell on anything. Don't react to anything. Even if you have to turn and walk away in the middle of a conversation, that is better to your spirit team in the universe than cursing someone out, stepping outside of yourself and becoming who you no longer are and who you do not want to be anymore. Guys, so Ralph, let me know what that's about and how that goes. Hey, Paranormal Pixie. So Ghost Dragon says, for awesome personal readings, great manifestation sprays, 3 awesome books, autographed spiritual helper boxes, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I don't have a copy handy. My first book, Missing the Fae Theory. My second book, Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Stories. And my third book, Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond, are all available on Amazon, Kindle, and paperback. And the reason I'm doing this little public service message is because I would like to see them selling a little bit better. I really could use the support, guys. I put so much energy, effort, research, work, time into my books. They're super important to me that they're well written, that they're well researched, that they're factual. And I want to get the word out, especially with book 3, right? I'm currently working on one about shadow entities, or the Black Eyed Kids, and I just released one about shadow entities. So if you want an autographed copy, hit me up through email, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. The rest of the information should be in the description box. If not, it's in the description box of all of the other videos. It may not have fit in this one because you have a certain amount and I listed all my Oracle decks. But guys, if you haven't yet, please pick up those books, especially the third one. I really didn't get to promote it that much because I had something going on behind the scenes where someone was stopping me from all the interviews I was doing. They were kind of like hijacking my interview. It was crazy. It was dramatic. But I really would like for people to read that book and understand shadow entities a little better, because a lot of us are being infiltrated by them now. A lot of us, myself included, in my own home. Ralph and Cassie Francis says, makes sense. I'll go with it. Thanks, all my love and support. As always, good night, good night, good night. Oh, Ralph and Cassie Francis, good night. All right. Who's next? Thank you, Crowley.
I didn't even know I clicked it. I really didn't even know I clicked it. Miss Junior Jake and B.
You were just going to look at you funny.
I honestly didn't even know I clicked it.
It's okay. It's not like it takes up a million years of our time.
It's been a crazy 40 hours.
I know it has. And I am so grateful that you're here at all, because I cannot find a replacement. Monica did offer, but she offered right after you came back. So
well, things went good, and everybody knew that I was worried about Pop too and other people. So they were more than happy to send me on my merry way. I wonder. I'll see her this weekend. So she's coming back with them, and I'll be able to spend time with her.
Very good.
We've had some very nice talks. You are very much a part of the conversation, believe it or not. So
I always am, it seems, when it comes to your family. They're all like, who is this Jersey girl?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, when she meets you, she's going to have a lot of questions, because she's realizing too that she has gifts, just like her grandpapa.
That would be wonderful. Maybe that's something she can really focus on and get into and pull herself out of everything. That would be great. Paranormal Pixie, I just wanted to say, because I don't think you were here, thank you for the amazing gift. I have not used it all yet, but so far you bought the chat Higher Self Oracle.
Bob.
And of course, I have to. What's up, Bob? I have to. I love Serpentine or Lizardite. Nutslep got me the ring, and you got me this. It's Serpentine and Chrysocolla. It is absolutely gorgeous. It looks even better in person. So once again, just wanted to thank you. Who's next?
I said Vixen Doe, Miss Junior Bacon Cheese.
Crowley, you can do your very best.
Nope.
Did you say Junior Bacon Cheese is next?
Yeah, Miss Vixen Doe. She's my other. Melissa's Bacon, and she's my Junior Bacon.
I'm like, what?
Because they're always throwing bacon around.
Good night, Bob. Thank you for stopping in.
Yes,
Please
sir.
hit the like button on your way out.
Yes, Bob. You behave yourself out there.
Never.
I like Bob.
I do. I really like Bob. Bob's energy is funny because a lot of people are like, oh, he's a jerk. I'm like, not really. You just
Pay
kind
attention.
of have to understand Bob's humor and how Bob is.
Bob is Bob.
Bob is Bob, you know?
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
Last night, he said in someone else's stream, Gathering Gamma. And when we looked at it quickly, we thought he said Gathering Gemma. So I was really excited about that because I'm like, oh, someone's talking about me in another stream. Now I'm not sure, but it would have been cool anyway.
With Bob, it's hard to tell.
It is. All right.
He vibrates on a different frequency.
Don't we all do, though?
I know, but there was a joke in there somewhere.
All right, Vixen Doe. Miss Pixie, did you ever get your box from me? You got the card of failure. And that does not mean you are a failure, of course. Vixen Doe, failure and deprivation are the best educators and purifiers. This card comes to you today because you are either currently enmeshed in a situation where you are afraid of failing, or you've experienced delays or impediments to success. The modern world tends to commend success rather than highlight the complex journey and individual experiences and route to the achievement. This journey often includes sacrifice, failure, disappointment, persistence, hard work, dedication, and discipline. Oh, I didn't want to. I thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't asking for the thank you. I was asking to make sure the Postal Service didn't ruin or lose yet another one. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, though. Thank you so much. Why does failure occur? Failure provides a deeper understanding of life. This experience offers an opportunity to reflect on our actions and beliefs and brings an acute awareness of our thought process. We gain knowledge of what does not work, which will lead us to what will work. Your higher self requests that you shift your perspective about failure. I want to, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm sorry, Vixen
I'm
Doe.
sorry
I'm thinking
too.
about it. I'm thinking of like an angel number one that I can just kind of do by myself right now and then move into a regular oracle deck. The experience offers an opportunity to reflect on our actions and beliefs and brings an acute awareness of our thought process. We gain knowledge of what does not work, which will lead us to what will work. Your higher self requests that you shift your perspective about failure. Failure does not indicate that someone lacks talent or capability. Rather, it demonstrates that one's courage and bravery to keep trying. Failure also develops resilience, which teaches us how to recover quickly from mistakes. Failure, obstacles, and misfortunes are an expected part of the journey to success, and persevering and overcoming these will help grow and strengthen your spiritual fortitude. Remember that failure is but a temporary lesson on the pathway to success. You are being encouraged to try again and keep going. This was one of the cards I pulled for myself in a 7-card reading with this deck. Vixen Doe, what this is saying is do not fear the future, basically. Do not fear the next step, and don't fear the step after that. You've come so far. Even if something that you really want seems to not be working out, don't be fooled, because what happens is the universe brings you everything that you've ever wanted, even if you didn't know you wanted it, but it brings it in a different way. Like for example, just say you're trying to meet your soulmate or a romantic soulmate, and you go out every night and you're expecting to meet them out, I don't want to say out at a bar, but I don't know why that popped up. I'm not saying you go out every night drinking, but say that you did and you're looking to meet your soulmate. Well, the universe is going to bring your soulmate to you instead when you show up at your cousin's wedding alone. Do you know what I mean? And you're not going to be expecting that, because you're expecting that you're going out every night. You're eventually going to meet someone. No, the universe has the same exact plan as you do, but a different route to take for you to get there. And that's exactly what's happening here. It's not that you've failed, that you are failing, or that you're going to fail. It's that you are not seeing the whole big picture as the universe is. And if you feel like you failed, this could force you or make you feel like you need to pull your energy back out of a situation or relationship. And the universe is saying, do not do that. Keep going. Even if it feels like you're never going to get there, even if it feels like you've already failed, keep doing whatever it is that you're doing and focus on exactly what you want. If you don't do written manifestations, once again, I must say, I do them every single night. You can ask Ghost Dragons every night. And it takes me like 35, 40 minutes to write them out 55 times. But let me tell you something, by the 5th day, they work. They really, truly do work. I'll even send you one of the manifestation books that I use. I'm telling you guys, I know it feels stupid. It's like we have this conditioning where like things like this seem are meant to be ridiculous. And it's like, it's not though. It really works. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on what you're focusing on. You actually are not failing. You're actually winning. You're actually ahead of the game. And this is how I'm seeing you. But you are not going to see it until you reach the finish line. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is how I got here. And you're going to be happy. I'll be on it tonight. That's right, girl. Did I show you guys this guy yet?
Oh, your yoga one. Did you
My
get the
yoga
other one?
man.
Is
I
that
gotta get the other two.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure. Hold on, Miss Shelley. Give me 1 second. Now I got to put him back. There he goes. Hey, Miss Gemma, speaking of, do I use address on your book package? No. After stream, I will text you the address. That's the address of the business. That's my house with Ray, but that's not where I'm staying right now. All right. Who next?
Okay, Aunt Edna. Hello, Aunt Edna. How are you? It's good news I got to hear from you today. That's awesome.
You know, Andrew Gnomes, I actually kicked alcohol in my kind of mid to late 20s, like at 28. But the problem is I replaced it with pills and then the big H at 30. So while I kicked alcohol and stopped drinking and I was no longer an alcoholic, I became a drug addict instead.
I'm smoking him from birth.
I'm sorry, who did you say was next?
Aunt Edna.
Yeah, Edna, let's use angels and ancestors. We are missing Bat Mom.
Yes.
I saw Jules come in, but I haven't seen her since. And someone else we're missing here.
Salvador hasn't.
Salvador.
And there is somebody else missing.
There is one other person. I just can't quite. It's someone who sometimes comes in. Alcohol free since 2008. That is awesome. Good for you.
I was never a big drinker anyways.
All right, Aunt Edna.
Yes, we see you, Jules. Ann Palmer, hello. Richard Elmore.
Ann Palmer, Richard Elmore, what's up?
Hello,
Aunt Edna, you got, I'm sorry.
I was just saying hello. He always says hi, sir, to me. So I was just saying it back. See, hi, Ghost Dragon.
Multifaceted Jules, that was me because I was so social and had so much courage when I drank. I was the life of the party. I'd walk into the bar and people would literally clap and yell, "Party's here." And I'm not, that really used to happen. I would dress up as a total barfly on karaoke nights specifically. And my friends and I would get messed up. Hi, Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom. Welcome. If you want a reading, let us know. And we would just like take stuff, but we wouldn't steal like actual like stuff. It would be like the soap from the bathroom or the mustard off one of the tables. Like we'd wake up in the morning and we have like big purses and they'd be filled with like door stops and signs from the bathroom and like big things of soap and salt and pepper shakers with salt and pepper in them. The one time on New Year's Eve, we took so many shot glasses that they didn't know what happened and had to start using plastic shot glasses. I don't know why we did it. It was like just this compulsion to take random items. I think we were trying to see who would notice. And then we'd like give it back, haha, because we knew all the owners of the bars. But nobody ever knew it was us. And we had this like collection going, like this closet full of bar stuff that we would take everywhere we went.
Did you know how? Yeah. You know how often that happens in real life? I worked for Bonanza. You know, we had all this old
in real life.
I know, but I mean, it happens more than you think.
I remember one time we were messing with my granny. We were always messing with her. Like we'd sit down to eat, and like 15 minutes later, before our food got there, I'd be like, "Gran, how did you like your food? It was good, right?" I was like, "That chicken wasn't banging. Do you want dessert or coffee?" And she'd be like, she wasn't like mentally unstable or anything. So it wasn't like it was just like she was slow on the uptake. You know what I mean? Like it took her a few minutes. One time we were at the beach and she was complaining about the seagulls. So my stepfather and I, we used to just like mess with her. And we told her that if you went up to the guy who was selling umbrellas and asked him for a zapper, he would give you one. And then you can zap the seagulls and they would be so stunned that they would fall to the ground and walk off and not come back because they would remember that they were zapped. She actually went and asked. The guy's like, "What?" And we're like, "Come on, Granny, it's time to go back to the padded room now." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry." She would get so mad. We put a rubber band, like, you know, the kitchen sprayer some things have. We put a rubber band around it and I'd be like, "Granny, can you go wash the dishes for me?" She'd be like, "Sure." And she'd get up and as soon as she turned the water on, she'd get smacked right in the face. It's so bad.
You're mean.
Okay, Aunt Edna. Sage. My mom and I sent her to the Dunkin' Donuts one time, which was literally 10 steps from the house, but it was a blizzard. And we're like, "Who's going to go?" And she was like, "I'll go." She wanted to go. So we figured it's right behind the house. We'll watch her from the kitchen window. Literally blinked and she was gone. 2 hours later, we found her 1.5 miles away at the high school, wandering around in the snow. She got lost going 10 steps.
Oh my gosh. Bless her heart.
This is why we picked on her. All right. Be devoted and committed and be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. The sage represents the wise one within you. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes, as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impact incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and all of your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your own decisions. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. And you get cards like this a lot. What are you oh my godding about? I feel like you're either being offered like an actual teaching position, but I'm getting more of a like it's like, you know, that you were meant to share your life experiences. I know a lot of people are like, I should write a book about my life, but like, you really should. You have wisdom and knowledge about certain things. I think boundaries, right? I think responding and not reacting, walking away with dignity. Those are definitely 3 things that I know that you've come to learn throughout your lifetime, because I've watched you learn them in this stream. Once again, write down my dreams. Keep them. If you're being guided intuitively to do something like that, then do it. If it's dreams, no matter what it is, I don't care if you're sitting there and something that happened when you were 10 years old popped up, write it down and write the lesson you learned from it. I feel like pretty soon I feel like there are always people coming to you for advice. Like, you're just that person. But I'm seeing it in like a more professional setting for some reason. And again, I don't think you're going to become a teacher as we think of the word, like standing in a classroom. I do see you in like a professional setting, on like a somewhat of a stage, speaking into a microphone and people listening to you. That's what I'm seeing. So whether it's, I feel like it's like a seminar, I don't know. There's an opportunity for something like that coming in. It may not be like a seminar. It could be to go speak to the school kids about something that you know about. There's something coming in. I don't know if it's going to be the next week or 2. I'd give this card a month or 2 to play out. That gives you enough time to write down your dreams, write down your thoughts, write down your life lessons, write it down, start journaling, because it's all going to come in handy. You are going to get an opportunity to pass these lessons on. This is the universe saying you have learned them so well. You have so much wisdom. It is not cool of you to keep it to yourself, and we're not going to let you. Okay, that's your spirit team right there speaking.
Okay, next is Louisa's miscellaneous videos.
Archangel Animal. I once arrested a shoplifter who stole the shoplifters will be prosecuted sign. You arrest him for that? Seriously? You just make him put it back.
He probably did just for that reason. He was probably the only reason why he stole the sign. That sounds like something I would do.
What are you in for? Stealing the shoplifters will be prosecuted sign. I saw someone made a mistake. I guess it was like a foreign country, and they're like, shoplifters will be not prosecuted, but blank-tooted. And it was hilarious. You're welcome, honey. Thank you, guys. Louisa, this is yours.
I still love my Scooby-Doo.
Ants. Cooperate for the highest good of the community. Archangel Premilek. Ants are tiny but brave little warriors who always work together for the benefit of their community. They are fifth dimensional from Lacume, the ascended aspect of Sirius, and understand sacred geometry. They build their nests with love according to its principles so that the structures emit beautiful harmonics. The message of the Ant card is to devote yourself to making your home welcoming and harmonious, while at the same time acting to bring your community together. You can take small steps like picking up litter or smiling at your neighbors, or aim higher and actively offer yourself in service. The ants carry the key to Sirius, which is to understand the universal Metatron cube, look at it and absorb its energy. This is a fundamental tool to open your consciousness to the power of sacred geometry. Now I'm going to show you a picture of this, but obviously you don't have it on hand to focus on. You should though. So print out a copy. You can find it on Google. I'll show you now what it looks like. The patterns act as codes to start to balance you and bring you into alignment with your soul's blueprint. The angels will begin to sing, pouring their beautiful sonics over you. This will attract higher energies and people toward you. So it's this image. What I'm seeing here really is volunteering, giving back to your community. It doesn't have to be at like a soup kitchen. It could be putting out one of those little kid plastic things that says like slow, you know, children at play or something like that. Doing what you can to welcome and invite people in. I feel like even if you're a hermit, even if you're someone like me who does not easily befriend new people, who's not the social butterfly, who's going to make friends with everybody. I mean, I do make friends with everybody, but I'm like very like around people. Like I'm awkward and I'm uncomfortable and I'm always feeling like I'm being judged one way or the other, or, you know, even if you're someone like that, the universe is asking you to step outside of your comfort zone and get involved in something in the next week or two. I feel like it's really going to, first of all, you're going to make connections that you will never make unless you do this. I was telling someone earlier, like, if you don't ever go out, how will you ever meet people to offer new opportunity? Now, yes, you can do that online, right? You definitely can, but this is the universe telling you to step outside of that, okay? There's something happening in your community and or in your home where you are going to have to be the one to take the reins and be like, listen, this stuff's not cool. This is how we're going to do this from now on. Step up. Take a leadership role in whatever it is that you're doing in your life, and take any leadership roles that are offered to you, because I feel like the universe is prepping you for one for sure. Darling Deb, hi. Eris. Thank you, multifaceted Jules. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eris, when my mom, she used to drink, and not really to excess, but she would drink and listen to music. And she has a little bit of OCD about things in her house being like exactly where they're supposed to be. So my sister Christy and I, we would always turn her pictures upside down on the wall and see how long it would take for her to notice. Louisa, no, I did not. Did you email it to me? I haven't been able to check emails all week. I have to go in there after stream to do something for NP&M. So if it's in email, I will see it tonight.
1 second.
Hi, Mark.
Okay. Doing my thing here. Okie dokie. You're next.
Nick, hi. Mark Webster, so good to see you.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, who's next?
Eris is next.
Eris.
Hello, darling Deb.
Eris. Eris, we're going to use Magic of You. Guys, thank you so much for the donations. Judge didn't just make me co-guardian, but guardian. Oh, that's so awesome. Yes. I am so happy for you. That is so amazing. See, you're stepping into a leadership role. That's amazing. Congratulations, sincerely. You're going to be amazing. Oh, Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom. I'm sorry. I because I'm channeling, a lot of the time I don't see the chat. I just happen to look over and get involved in conversation. But I will certainly try to find it.
She said this.
Has anyone ever told you who you look?
That's what I had up on the screen.
Okay, actually, no, but I love that movie and I love her. So thank you so much. No, I get Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman a lot. That's awesome. Thank you so much. You made my night. If you want a reading, let us know because I'm pretty sure you're new. And if it's your first time in here, this goes for everybody. I can't remember who comes in and out. Some people come in all the time, some people only sometimes. So if you've been here before, let us know, and then you'll be on the list. If you have to leave, let us know. And if it's your first time in, let us know because then you won't have to wait, the entire stream for your reading. All right, Eris. That's so awesome. Thank you. I love that movie. I think they're about to remake it, and I'm like, I don't think you can really beat that cast. Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Kiefer Sutherland, and that brunette chick.
They're also remaking something else I was really bummed about.
Epoch. Pause in your journey, Eris. When Epoch is drawn, it may feel like life has been split down. Oop, that's not the card. Split down the middle. The corresponding card in traditional tarot decks is the Tower. This process can be traumatizing and painful, but all meaningful change comes after a time of great destruction, a clearing out of the old to make way for the new. Just like volcanoes and earthquakes will violently rock the planet to create new continents, cataclysmic and destructive events in our personal lives will bring new opportunities for growth and evolution. Eris, the act of purging makes way for the eventual new path of action. However, a quiet period of breakdown and decay is also essential for regeneration and rebirth on every level: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The man of Epoch is torn asunder, but the flowers of inspiration are slowly blooming around him and within him as he pauses in his journey. Take peace and solace right now. Wait before you make your next move. New developments are ahead. A sign will appear like the bird poised on the man of Epoch's knee. It is drinking the nectar to pollinate. You and your life are growing and becoming. So Eris, obviously taking a break here, something that could be considered kind of traumatic either just happened or is coming in the next week or two. Regardless of whether it's happened or not, the point of it is for you to learn a certain lesson. I always go back to that glass of water, right? If it's completely full, let's say it's a glass of milk. If it's completely full, but it's been sitting there for a while, it's going to what? Sour, right? So now you have a glass of sour milk. That's your life. Of course, you're going to want to dump out the sour milk, wash the glass out, and wait for it to be refilled, right? That's what the universe is asking you to do. I know that's a weird analogy, but it's the best way I can explain how I'm seeing the energy in my head. Okay, so this is a waiting period. You either just did or are about to dump out that glass of rotten milk and clean the cup out. Then you wait for it to be refilled. It's not going to be all at once. It's going to be little by little, drop by drop, that glass is going to fill back up. That glass being your soul, you may have lost peace of mind, happiness, someone that was very important to you, a job. The list goes on and on when the Tower comes in, right? When we have Tower moments. But they really and truly are the moments that we learn the most from about ourselves, about our spirituality, about other people in our life. People always say you find out who your friends are. Yeah, when Tower moments happen, you find out who your friends are because who you reach out to, and who actually responds. Eris, I hope that you can take whatever happens here, whatever has happened, and turn it into something amazing and beautiful. Make room for the new, okay? Do a cleansing with some sage. Any kind of sage you'll do. I usually recommend white sage after tower moments. And just wait for the next opportunity. Wait until the lesson finally dawns on you. And when it does, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's when you know it's time to move on. Or move forward, actually. Jamie Gertz.
Yes, that's her name.
I'm going to have to look her up again. I know I've always really liked her.
She didn't do much. She did like the 80s scenes, and then she kind of fizzled out with a lot of those. Did you see my more?
How do you get a read like Ghost?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too. What do you mean by that? And Miss Pixie? No, I did not. March.
If you want a one-card reading like everyone else is getting, because you're new, you can get one in the next few minutes. Usually you have to wait in line if it's your second time or more. If you want a personal reading with me, the information for that's in the description box, and you can email me at GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. Ghost Dragon is my other host, meaning not really my co-host because we do the show together. But if you want to be on screen with me, we do that on Mondays and Thursdays. We don't read, but we talk about the paranormal, extraterrestrial, supernatural, otherworldly. Tomorrow we have Chillax and Chat from 8 to 10 p.m. with Miss Paranormal Pixie, myself, and Ghost Dragon ZW. And I always invite the chat or anyone else who wants to come on and just hang out. We don't really have like a plan for that show. And then Monday we do it at 12 Eastern, noon. And we do that bi-weekly, and we're trying to always have a guest on those shows who want to talk about the same things. Who's next?
Slow motion.
Slow motion. Let's do Oracle of the Radiant Sun. One-handed. Yeah, I got that.
Cheers, Mark.
And you can just email me, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com, if you want more details on anything that I just said to you. But I do need your permission to read for you. So you have to let me know if you want a reading or not when it's your first time in. When it's not your first time in, I know you're coming in for a reading. And sometimes people come in that are here all the time and they say, I'll pass tonight or something like that.
Nightmare hasn't popped in yet either.
Yeah, I just was thinking of him. You know, we haven't seen in a while too, Black Dragon.
I have been looking around for him. I haven't even seen him much on Facebook.
I think he did say he was taking a break, though, but it's been a long time, like 8 months.
Somebody said he was sick at one time, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I got to see if I have his email address. All right, slow motion.
Lay it on him.
More of a gilded cage waiting to get out. Well, your opportunities to get out could be coming soon. You might find your reason. Resourcefulness, Sun in Cancer. Now, this doesn't mean, slow motion, that you are a Cancer Sun. You very well could be. It means that this is the energy coming in for you for the next week. The Sun Cancer nature is emotionally sensitive and considers feelings to be of paramount importance. This card describes a powerfully nurturing person, and whether the question it relates to concerns family, home, or business, the same caring qualities come into play. As people with this planet sign combination experience most things on an emotional level, decisions are based on how they feel rather than cold logic. Sun Cancer people also have an excellent memory for past life events. The need for security is prominent for Sun Cancerians, and indeed this card defines a careful person who is happier with a little something put away for a rainy day. Someone with this planet sign aspect feels a strong need to collect and accumulate both objects and helpful people. I know a Sun Cancer who's a little bit of a collector and has difficulty in getting rid of things just in case they may come in handy. This shrewd and acquisitive talent is useful in business in which the Sun Cancerian excels. Often people with this aspect expend time and energy in making the home a place of beauty and luxury. Such a natural feeling for property and its potential gives a head start in real estate matters. Sun Cancer people put down strong roots, and it takes a lot to move them once they're settled. When selected, this card suggests that family background is more than usually important. Inherited family traditions contribute much to the way in which the questioner lives. Okay, so slow motion, I feel like you could be either, and you know, it's a little bit hazy. These cards sometimes are because they're meant to be done as part of the birth chart and birth in like the birth wheel. But what I'm seeing is you're either wondering something about yourself, like, why am I like this? Why do I always do this? You may be thinking about things that you've inherited. You could be thinking about past lives, your ancestors. There's something there that you've either been dwelling on lately, or that for some reason in the next week or two, actually, because I feel like this either has been going on for a while or is going to continue going on for a while, where you're really like searching for something. Okay. You're searching for stability. You're searching for answers. And I'm getting your ancestors. Your ancestors are rolling deep with you right now. And maybe that's why you're going to be feeling the need to look into where you came from. I feel like important opportunities for your life are going to be coming in through a family member or someone, I'm not wrong, or someone that is like blood to you, like, so your best friend who you grew up with, who you consider a brother, but they're not actually blood related. Someone is coming in with an opportunity, but for some reason, it's like you're really wondering about where you come from, about your past lives, about why you are who you are, how you are. That's not what I meant to say.
You are how you are.
Why you are how you are and how you got to be how you are. The fact of the matter is, the question lies with your ancestors, okay? Even with your past lives, and I don't like the word past, but I use it for simplicity. It lies with your ancestors. It lies in your DNA. And these are just things you're going to have to figure out as you go along. How far do you want to take this? How many rabbit holes do you want to jump down? Don't let it distract you from an incredible opportunity that is coming in for you, again, through a blood relation or someone who's like blood relation. Who's next?
We're going to go ahead and do Mark Webster and Cryptid next, those two next, since they're both new.
Mark Webster, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Divine Circus. I looked over and saw Blue Crossroads comment, and I thought it said also while wearing underwear. I had a car wreck happen in front of me, and I'm like, what?
Must have been an interesting day.
I'm like, what? Who does that? All right, Mark Webster, this is Oracle of the Divine Circus. And then we're going to use the Wonderland Oracle for Cryptid. And welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and joining our little family here, our community. Mark, Rooster Mama, card number 16. In a world where we are taught we need permission to do almost anything, it takes guts to decide to give yourself unconditional permission to be unconditionally yourself. When you do, however, an exhilarating sense of freedom, excitement, and happiness bubbles up from within. Permission to be strangely beautiful, weirdly wonderful, and divinely eccentric creates charisma, energy, and inspired ideas. Your own opinion of yourself becomes more important than the voices of fear that want to control you because they're afraid of the power within you. You have compassion for that which is enslaved by fear, but you don't buy into it. Rooster Mama sees this divine defiance in you and how it empowers you to make your own choices, to choose your own consciousness, the power to live your life in whatever way you see fit, whether others understand it or not. When the Oracle of Rooster Mama appears, you are being encouraged to break with tradition, even your own. It's time to shake things up, redefine yourself, even if that means letting things get a bit wild in the henhouse for a while. She reminds you to be bold, to be proud, and to strut your stuff. Rooster Mama brings news of a birth, of something new that will be unlike anything you've ever experienced before. She protects you as you explore and experiment with the most unique, individualistic, and confident creative expression of you in your own life. So be optimistic, for the light is on its way to you now, and it is, or very soon will be, time to step forward with your own unique vision and voice, which will ring loud and true through the darkness and call forth the light. Yes, yes, Aunt Edna. So, Mark, this is an amazing card. This is about letting people know who you really are at any and all costs. You don't care anymore about being judged. You don't care anymore about what others are going to say about you. You don't care anymore who agrees with something that you're doing. You're doing it. That's it. And the universe and your spirit team absolutely love this. This means you learned who you are. You have confidence. If you don't feel like any of this is the case, you're going to be very pleasantly surprised in the next week or two when you're like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not living this lie anymore. This is who I really am. Say you have to constantly eat poop at your job because you're waiting to get a promotion. You're going to get to the point very soon in the next week or two where you're like, you know what? Screw this. I'm worth way more. I deserve way more. And I'm not really a suit and tie cubicle kind of guy. Things like that. There's something inside of you that's stirring where you just want to be defiant. But it's a good defiant because you're only being who you really are. It's like somebody or people, I'm seeing like people trying to suppress you. I don't know what that means personally for you. It's like they're just, you feel like this rejection from them, this non-acceptance of who you are, something that you're doing, a part of your lifestyle, it doesn't matter. You're coming into your own. You've learned the lesson of dignity, confidence, and not compromising who you really are for the sake of false friendships. And that's amazing. And again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I guarantee you will in the next week or two. Congratulations. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud when this card comes up because it means that you've been through hell and back like we all have, but you are finally ready to put your foot down and be like, you know what? This is me. Take it or leave it.
Okay.
Scripted?
Now, no, he's going to pass. He said he's just watching tonight. So we're going to let him pass.
And that's perfectly fine. You're welcome to just hang out.
And if something resonates with you, take it. That's what we always say.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. Just a reminder, guys, if it's not your card and it resonates with you anyway, take the message. Josephine, when you're on the list, you have to wait your turn. Unless it's your first time in here. You already know that, though. So who's next?
Nut Slap.
Let's use the Wonderland Oracle.
I'm going to have to write his time slap down.
Time slap?
That is
I do it too with his name for some reason. You're so welcome. Thank you. Yeah, Batmom is missing. I wonder. I hope she's okay.
It's funny.
Monica's not with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josephine's down. She's there, but you can't just jump in front of people because you don't feel like waiting.
Yeah.
We were giving the new people a chance to go. You guys know that. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
It's funny because Dad heard us that when we were in the small room, and he could see me.
Oh.
And he heard us saying nut slap, and he goes, "Whose nuts are getting slapped?"
I know. I felt like every time my mom was in the room, I would have to say the word nut slap multiple times. The first time you've ever had a reading. Well, I hope you enjoy it. And when you see that it comes true and that it resonates with you, it's probably going to be a pretty amazing experience. I know a lot of people tell me that. One more time. Who is this nut slap?
Yep. I'm going to write his timestamp down.
Oh, Louisa, I'm so sorry. She'll get there. Follow the white rabbit in the shadow position. Curiosity meets opportunity. Card number 3. But when the white, blah, 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 blah. Good night, slow motion. You're welcome. But when the rabbit actually took a watch out of his waistcoat pocket and looked at it and then hurried on, Alice started to her feet, for it flashed across her mind that she had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take out of it. And burning with curiosity, she ran across the field after it and was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. This is where rabbit hole came from, by the way. Something out of the ordinary happens nearly all of the time. Most days, if you are aware, awake, and ready for adventure, there will be an opportunity to change your life. But for this to take place, you must follow the white rabbit. You must go after whatever it is that excites you, inspires you, and entices you. The white rabbit does not go to Alice and ask her to accompany him. It is up to her to notice what is taking place. She does not think about what to do, nor discuss, sit, or ponder. If she had done so, the opportunity of entering Wonderland would have been lost, perhaps forever. When Alice sees how strange and extraordinary this rabbit is, she leaps to her feet and she runs. She engages with the opportunity and goes after it. When this card comes, you are being advised that something interesting is about to happen. And when it happens, be ready to go after it with all of your passion, all of your might, and without hesitation. Be awake and aware. Wonder at what will happen next. And when the extraordinary takes place at the heart of the ordinary world, be ready to leap to your feet and run toward enchantment and adventure. But in the shadow, opportunity after opportunity, chance after chance to have adventures, but you're not feeling quite ready. Thinking you must think on it, take more time, or even the opportunity will come by again. Hesitation is costing you a more exciting, dynamic, and enchanted life. Nutslap, you are not putting yourself, now this is not a judgment or indictment, and it's also not me, it's spirit, okay? So you are not taking opportunities, and I think it's because you're not seeing them. You're not putting yourself in a bold enough position or in any position at all, really, to have opportunities that you're waiting for to come in. So it's like you're, waiting to find a new job, but you're not out there looking for one. You're just like hoping the conversation will start where someone says that, they're looking for an employer or an employee. That usually doesn't happen that way though. It's things like that. You're looking for better in your life. Maybe it's a better place to live. Maybe it's a better paying job. Maybe it's just having more money in your bank account. Maybe it's wanting a romantic relationship, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's all of those things. But whatever it is, you have to actively go after it. Okay. You have to actively search for these types of things. The universe is never going to just spill it into your lap. And I said it before, if you're waiting for the right time, there never will be one. There's never going to be a moment where you're like, now I can go and get that opportunity, that amazing opportunity for, a new job. It's already passed. Hey, Sunny Bear. So what the universe is saying is get up and chase after what you want. Go after it. Don't hesitate. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Don't think about it at all. Just get up and do it. Do it. Okay? Stop procrastinating.
Sunny.
Sunny's going to be on with us at noon Eastern time on Monday, hopefully with Chris the Paranormal Dude to Spooky Morales. Sunny Bear. Sunny Bear, bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Andrew's next when you're ready, when you're done singing.
Sorry. The Gummy Bear song came into my head.
You're
Andrew, higher self.
Hello, good sir.
Sunny, if you want a reading before you head out, because I know a lot of the time you just kind of pop in, let me know. Baby UFO, that's actually really normal, okay? And let me tell you a lot of, I still love gummy bears. I like the Harrow Bear commercial where they're like, the red one is my favoriteest because it's more gooder. Okay. They're the adults in the suits. Baby UFO says, why do I feel like every card talks to me, LOL? So, okay, Sunny, you'll be next. Baby UFO, the reason that happens to people sometimes, we're like welcome, Carlito, and I hope that you come back and hang out with us. I have a really amazing community in this chat. We all are there's just amazing energy in here every single week, and we always welcome new people. We are the Island of Misfit Toys, and we will, be here for you and send love and light to you and accept you, and we all just have a good time. People that resonate with almost every card are going through a spiritual awakening. Now, we're all going through an awakening in our own way, okay? But when you start resonating with every single thing, that means it's time for action in your life. That means that all of these cards, all of these messages from Spirit are speaking to you because they're speaking to your soul. Your soul wants to light up. You have a long way to go on your spiritual path, but this is your awakening. This is your opening. That's why you're resonating with every single card. Who was this? I know Sunny's next, but who was this? Andrew?
Yes, this is Andrew, then Sunny.
Lightworker. I'm glad it's not just me.
I love that cartoon, the Disney Gummy Bear cartoon. Man, my kids and I would sit and watch that every day.
All right, Andrew, patience. Now I have the Guns N' Roses song immediately in my head. Sand sugar, take it slow, it'll work itself out fine. All you need is just a little patience. Aristotle said, quote, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet, end quote. This card bears multiple messages. First, patience is needed to endure current hardships or some form of adversity. You may be looking for a new job or a new home, enduring a battle with an illness, or suffering from an unexpected loss. Your higher self asks that you cultivate patience with yourself and the resolution. Ask your higher self to help you reframe the circumstance in your mind as an opportunity to learn new skills, adapt, grow, or respond creatively. Further, you receive this card because patience requires self-control. By exercising restraint over your emotions and impulses during difficult situations, you can avoid undesirable actions that may interfere with potential beneficial outcomes. An additional message of this card relates to personal goals. In an attempt to realize your goals, you have been pushing hard by force, and nothing more can be done to receive the desired results at this time. At this moment, you are being asked to stop and relax and to be proud of the progress you've made so far. Remember to enjoy the journey as well as the final destination. You are also being asked to heed the wisdom of divine timing. Everything in the universe operates according to a divine clock, whereby all events occur once each piece of the puzzle falls into place at exactly the right time. Oh my God, Mark Webster, me too. I loved Thundercats. If you try to rush and force something to happen, you may miss an opportunity that is best aligned with your desires. Trust that everything is happening as it should and at the right pace, and that the situation will work out according to divine will. Andrew, you have come. Gemstones, Geminites United. You've definitely come a really long way since you first started coming in here. And I always say, I don't remember exactly what card I pulled for you when, even last week, but I remember the overall theme of most of your guys' readings because you've been with me for years, 98% of you, right? This card is saying you're right where you're supposed to be. And while you may want more, this card is actually saying you have come so far. You have done so much. You have achieved so much, whether you realize it or not. Your spirit team's telling you have. So you have. Sit back and relax. Enjoy it for a little while. Just enjoy life. I don't see any catastrophes. I don't see any breaking up of any kind of relationships. I don't see loss of employment. I don't see loss of home. I don't see any financial issues right now. Right? And if you do have any of that stuff, it's very small, almost to be insignificant, not to the point where you can't handle. So sit back, relax, enjoy it for the next week or two and see what happens next week. But don't push yourself any harder. Don't blame yourself that you're not further along like where you think you should be, because the universe says you are exactly in the right spot. You are going to get hit with, all of your dreams and desires as they come. All right. You're doing amazing. And I actually just got, I'm proud of you. So that came in from a deceased loved one. I'm only working right now. And when I opened, I only pulled in energy. So I cannot see the actual spirit themselves, but it was an older woman. I'm so proud of you. Just got to get that out. Okay. Sunny.
Yes, go ahead and do Sunny. Then Lightworker is next.
All right, Sunny, I'm going to use the Fairy Tale Oracle for you. Lightworker, we're going to use Heal Yourself. I was like that yesterday and the day before. I was just sitting there, like, if people saw my Facebook, I was like, I'm overthinking, overanalyzing. Like, I was laying in bed crying. It was like for no reason, because I don't do that. I don't behave that way. But sometimes you just have to let it out, Been getting my feelings hurt a lot, and like I usually don't, because I'm like, whatever, I'm sorry you feel that way, I respect your opinion, girl, boy, bye, sorry, not sorry. But yesterday was like a mess, and I don't know what it was, but I felt better after I got it out and took a nap. All right, Sunny. Snow White and Rose Red, sister love. Now, as with Tarot, Oracle does not have gender. So you could have people like this that you're close to, either a brother or people or a person who you feel are like your brothers, okay? There is no gender assigned to Oracle or Tarot cards. It's card number 26. The two children were so fond of one another that they always held each other by the hand when they went out together. This is a long one, so settle in. And when Snow White said, "We will not leave each other," Rose Red answered, "Never so long as we live." And their mother would add, "What one has she must share with the other." They often ran about the forest alone and gathered red berries, and no beasts did them any harm, but came close to them trustfully. The little hare would eat a cabbage leaf out of their hands, the roe grazed by their side, the stag leapt merrily about them, and the birds sat upon the boughs and sang whatever they knew. No mishap overtook them. If they had stayed too late in the forest and night came on, they laid themselves down near one another upon the moss and slept until morning, and their mother knew this and did not worry on their account. Sorry, I have to do this. I'm being told. Do you guys see my shirt? If you didn't see it in the beginning, nothing to see here. We don't exist. Ooh, that was a rough angle. This beautiful tale is about sisterhood or brotherhood, family, and the love and trust that people who have been raised well and nurtured tenderly can give. It is a testament to nature and to the trust that the sisters have between them. They are at home within nature, and they are protected by nature's spirits. An angel stops them from falling over a precipice, and they have so much simple good fortune that they even take in a bear one cold night. They let him warm himself by the fire, and in time this bear becomes their friend. Of course, as is the way with fairy tales, the bear is not really a bear, but an enchanted prince, and their trust and love for him is rewarded in the friendship he returns. For the reward is not just their love that breaks the curse, and his bear skin falls away and he shows himself to be a prince. There is, of course, a marriage and a happily ever after. It is that their family circle of love and trust creates friendship, joy, warmth, and protection for all who enter it. Their family, which could be quite bitter, for they are not rich, is small, close, and full of love. They have been taught to share everything, and they do so. And in that sharing, greater goodness can be created. Remind me when I'm done with this reading to show you guys the dahlia, because I just caught a whiff of it. Thus, when this card comes to you, know that it is time to do good turns, to appreciate the small fortunes that you have, to count blessings, and to know that whatever blessings you have, it can expand and grow richer, deeper, and more lasting when we place our attention upon the blessing. The sisters and their loving mother and their tiny cottage are beloved because of this energy that they bring to everything. They are loving, therefore they are loved. So know that at this time, it's important to appreciate what you have been gifted, love the friendships and family who have been good to you, and find every gem in the dirt, every star in the darkness. Make this your habit, and the rewards will be peace, joy, and contentment. From these three things, so many more blessings will flow. The other aspect is that the sisters are dark and light, both good, but one quick and vivacious, the other shy, yet they share everything. One marries the bear prince, the other his brother, and love each other dearly. So too with us, we must marry within us our dark and our light, not rejecting either. And by sharing both aspects of the self with the world in tender, honest, and vulnerable ways, we become strong and abundance flows to us. What may appear to frighten others will be for you an opportunity to do good. Your generosity, your lack of fear, and your solid bonds with loved ones will give you all the strength you need, all the blessings you could ever wish for. This card is talking about a couple of different things. Okay, so first, Sunny, we're talking about people that you have a really close bond with. And I don't feel like these guys, and I do feel very masculine energy. So it's not just a female with masculine. These are males who you're super duper close with. You feel like their blood, like you've known them forever. There might be something coming in that might test those bonds a little bit, but I don't really feel like it's anything to worry about because you and whoever these guys are have got this down pat. Another message here is the universe is congratulating you, kind of patting you on the back for your kindness. I don't know if this is a weird message to you, if you understand it. Like, I know with me, like just randomly reaching out and say, you know, hey, you did a really great job today. Or, hey, just thinking of you, wanted to say hi. Things like that, that those little things that you do that make a difference in people's lives that you may not realize it. This is the universe kind of saying, you know, you are going to be rewarded for those things. So continue being kind. Don't let anyone or anything pull you out of who you really are. This kind of gentle Sunny Bear, the bear prince, I guess. You are on the right path in your life, on the right track, and you're spiritually aware enough to know when people are trying to manipulate you or come between you and either what you want or come between you and your family, right? And again, family not meaning blood. This is a really good card. It's kind of just saying, you know, good for you. Please keep doing everything that you're doing. You are on the right path. You're on the right track, and never ever stop being who you are. Don't let anyone turn you into someone mean, bitter, spiteful, jealous, vengeful, any of those things. I don't see that in your future, but there's a little bit of this card that's telling me like someone is going to try to cause some sort of drama, but you guys are going to be like, no thanks. Make sure you cut whoever that is off. That's me and Papa Willie. We love everything and everyone, but I found my gem on YouTube, not in the dirt. Yes. I love you too. Guys, I want to show you something really cool. So my cousin sells for a place called Scentsy. I'm not sponsored. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything except my books. Links in the description box, okay? And don't forget, if you donate tonight through PayPal or Cash App, I get all of the money immediately. If you donate through YouTube, some people are only able to do that, and I appreciate it either way. I will get it at the end of the month as a part of my paycheck, but YouTube does take 49% of that. So anyway, she sells on Scentsy, and I brought some sprays and stuff, but I brought the coolest thing from her. So you know how those essential oil things that you dip the sticks into and they like leave this scent? I got the most subtle, beautiful scent that I just caught a whiff of right now, and it made me think of it. It's called Blue Sage and Tonka. And how cool is this? It's fake, of course, but it's a dahlia. It just smells so good. And it actually makes the entire downstairs, which Stephen, you know, is pretty big. It makes the
Yeah, it
entire
is.
downstairs smell so good without being overbearing. Oh my gosh, guys, I would recommend this. Even if you don't get it on Scentsy, I'm telling you, get one of these things. Oh my gosh, amazing. All right, who's next?
Lightworker.
Let me just put my gloss on, guys. My lips are getting dry.
Oh, interesting. Ooh. Who are you
You okay?
talking about? No, I was just, I couldn't figure out who Smoochie was talking about.
Oh, I don't know. What's... Oh, not you.
I didn't think so. But
I
I went through some stuff too.
I have vowed not to talk about that because I'm better than that. I'm better than that situation. And what's done in the dark always comes to light, and I don't even have to say anything. So that's all I'm saying. I'm still working over there, and Bill is doing better than ever with the channel, actually. Lots of really awesome stuff going on behind the scenes. Lightworker, heal yourself.
1 second. Nut Slap, did you hear your reading? If not, I did timestamp it for you, okay? Thank you.
Nutslap, this is your card. You'll see me holding it up. Follow the white rabbit in the shadow. All right, Lightworker. And no, it will not. It will not. Some of my homemade sprays might, though. I make them pretty strong if someone asks me to. Whoa, okay, I guess this is your card. The card of rejection, card number 13. Crowley, are you still here? Use rejection to grow, expand, and build yourself. Feeling rejected can disconnect you from your heart and soul and immobilize you. Rather than buying into rejection, focus on how you can grow, learn, and improve from your own experiences. If you are a writer and you sent your articles or a book to a publisher and they've rejected it, try to hone your writing skills and then send your work out to several other publishers. Use that rejection as a motivating force to succeed. If a person that you have feelings for or felt a deep love toward has rejected you, then work on healing your heart and recognizing that there is someone out there who's more suited to be with you. Many people use rejection as an excuse to close down, become suspicious, guarded, and possibly even give up. Then they hurt and reject others. They hide behind rejection and never give themselves an opportunity to take a leap of faith and find their life calling and heal. By picking this card, you are being urged to hold yourself in a higher regard. Keep your heart open and trust that you have learned from your experiences and will not make the same mistakes again. Guys, this is where I talk about things being brought in from past lives. These lessons that we never quite learn, no matter how many times the cycle repeats in our lives. And for some people, that's a cycle of violence and abuse, and they end up dying in it. For some people, it's a cycle of, being narcissistic, being uncaring. It could literally be anything. For me, as I said, it's very bad romantic relationships. But what this card is saying is you can break those bonds, okay? You can make it so that for the rest of this life and going into the next one, you no longer have those trauma bonds with those types of things. Rejection is really hard and it hurts. No matter, it always makes us question who we are. I don't care what anyone says, even if it's just for a second, it does make us kind of be like, am I not good enough? Or, that's normal human emotion. What this card is asking you to do, Lightworker, is step out of your humanness and into your light and understand that you're not the sum of all the times that you've been rejected or failed. You're the sum of your successes. That's what your life should be. Okay, that's what you should be living for more success. So whatever this rejection was, even if it was multiple and throughout this lifetime, it's time to let them go. It's time to look at them and say, you know what? I don't care. I'm still going to do this. And keep trying, keep pushing forward, and take every rejection as like, oh, wow, I still have a little bit more to learn. Okay, moving on. I know that's a really hard concept to understand, especially when it comes to the heart, like matters of the heart, like a person rejecting you romantically or intimately. But the fact of the matter is, every single rejection, every single failure is a huge lesson to learn to move forward and succeed in life. Yes, and absolutely. Narcissists are drawn to empaths. You have to learn how to spot them. Their characteristics are the same. The problem with me has always been, I'm like, but I see people at a soul level. So even narcissists can have a lot of light inside of them. They just don't activate. It's like they're not activated. So their light will sit right here forever. Whereas most people, I can see it all over them. I know a narcissist, but I'm like, I can activate it. I got this. You know, I'm Gemma effing Jade. Got this. No more. Lightworker said, I did go through violence and abuse with my daughter's father. He's addict and was sober 11 years and relapsed. I left him for a better life for my daughter and I. Yeah, harden the heart. Absolutely. But it's not about hardening the heart. That's actually the loud thing you want to do. It should, maybe for a little bit, you know, you need time to heal. But what it should do is help you open your heart even more to yourself and understand that, like you did, you do not have to ever be treated that way. Honey, I don't even want to get into it, but I was in several abusive relationships, physically abusive, one after another. I get it. And I finally walked away too. We carry a lot of that with us, right? But we should never close off to love. And the one person we should never close off love to is definitely ourselves. Even if you don't want to be with anyone else for a long time, you have to continue to love yourself. Yes, narcissists are drawn to people that with weak boundaries or no boundaries. The empath part is debatable. I believe that empaths don't have clear boundaries or don't make people adhere to their set boundaries because we feel we're fixers, right? We feel like, well, like I said, I feel like I can activate them. I'm definitely an empath, but I'm not as empathic as a lot of you guys are. I have other abilities and things going on. I am an empath, don't get me wrong, but I can't even imagine like half you guys. Like Blue Heron, oh my gosh. Pisces moon. Those guys make me nervous. Taught me self-care that I thought I had almost died. And when my daughter said, Mommy can't breathe, that did it. Trying to just date, not there yet. Yeah, and that's fine because you're learning, right? You're learning, like now you're going to look for those signs. Those red flags are going to be bright red now. Yep. But are you still going to be the fixer? That's what you're going to learn when you finally do get out there, and take as much time as you need. There is never any rush to get into relationships, especially after something so traumatic as physical violence. Oh, thank you, Mark. It's all a test. It's how you respond, how you react. Absolutely. Who's next, Stephen?
It's Shelly Montgomery.
You guys are so sweet.
Yes, they are. And Crowley, if you're still around, you need to let me know because you're after Shelly.
Crowley, last call. Lightworker, very good. Very, very good. I'm glad to hear it. And good for you. Good for you, girl. Shelly, I'm using the Quantum Oracle. All right, Ann Palmer needed to get some photos of the moon. Strangers tell you their story. Yeah, that's a big one with empaths. Everyone wants to tell me, and I don't mind. I love it because I'm a fixer, right? But I've learned to recognize the signs, and I've also learned how to make sure people respect my boundaries.
When you get a chance, check private chat.
Okay. We'll have to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did I do? I got rid of the comments by accident.
Oh.
Yep, got it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see about that. Okay, so Shelly Montgomery, this actually makes a lot of sense, right? Stuck energy. Card number 8 in the energy.
Thank you so much.
But it is, I'm sorry, what?
Right here.
Thank you, Lightworker. I use Venmo, so next time I do Venmo when you get it. Yes, I should have it for tomorrow night and then going forward. Thank you so, so much. All right. Shelly, you did get this in the upright position, though, which is good. An old-fashioned truck is stuck deeply in mud, clearly not going anywhere. Actually, the shadow would probably have been better because that would be coming out of the mud. A frustrated man sits on top trying to discern how he's going to get it out. Similarly, you are looking at a situation in your life where you feel overwhelmingly stuck and you simply don't know how to change things. Perhaps you're in a job that's dissatisfying, yet you feel like you can't leave because of the money. Maybe you're in a relationship that's stifling or even in some ways dishonoring to you, yet you feel you must stay. I'm sorry, I heard something weird and I'm like, not again, but it's only a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Perhaps for the kids or because you believe you can't make it on your own. Whatever it is, you find yourself so deeply entrenched that you can't seem to move. Yet take a moment to notice the rainbow and orbs behind the man. These represent the power of your own spirit, Shelley, and the message here is a life lesson from your soul. It's time to know that you do have the power, and I've been telling you this for months now, to resolve this seemingly unresolvable situation. Stop and figure out the logistical steps you need to take. Meditate on the strength of your soul. You always have options, and you are resourceful and capable enough to figure them out. Only you have the power to choose the direction of your life. No matter what you're dealing with, you can get unstuck. This is a really great message. Shelley, whatever it is you're going through, if you feel like the place that you're living, is not suitable for you anymore. We outgrow our lives so often. And the fact of the matter is, it's like our energy outgrows before we physically do. So it's like our mind, our energy, soul, spirit, and our team are all already over here, and our bodies are still here, like what's going on. And we have to work to catch up in essence, right? Essentially, that's what it's like. The universe is saying you have everything that you need. You just have to sit and clear your mind and think logically and learn how to manifest the power of positive thinking. Sounds cliche. It is so true. Start thanking the universe and telling the universe you're grateful for things that you don't actually have. Why? Because you're focusing on having it, not on not having it. That's an attitude of lack, a lack mindset when you're constantly focused on either that one thing or all the things that you don't have. Analysis paralysis. We don't want to get stuck there, right? Shelley, the universe is saying, please do something to unstick yourself because otherwise the universe and your team are going to have to step in and then you're going to be set back like 30 paces. If you need help, you can reach out, but you have to reach out coherently so that I can understand. I know things that are happening to you happen so quickly and your thoughts race when it happens and it's scary and you haven't learned how to work with that energy yet. I understand, I do. But in order for me to help you, and probably for anyone else too, we have to understand what the actual problem is too. I love you. I want you to move forward from this stagnant, stale, dead, done, over with, stuck energy. And so does the universe. But the universe is telling you, you've got like a month or two before it steps in. So start figuring out now how you can get out of this. Call in your spirit team. Call them in. Be like, listen, I don't know. I need answers. And you'll get them within a day or two.
We're going to put Crowley on hold for a little bit until he pops back in. And we're going to go ahead and do Jules. If she's still here. Jules, you still here?
I think I just saw her.
I thought I did too. That's why I went ahead.
Jules, can you let us know that you're still here? I'm pretty sure you are, but just to be sure.
Same thing with Monster Radio. You two are next. So, Mr. Monster Radio, I know you kind of come and go, but if you're around and you want a reading, yell. Jules, yell, so I know you're here.
Give them a minute.
And then we'll do Baby UFO.
No, Shelley, it's never too late, honey. I don't believe that for a minute. I love you, but it's never too late. The universe would never give you a message like this if it was. And in fact, I see you, Jules. In fact, the reason the universe is giving you this message is probably because you're walking around with the energy of it's too late. It is not. I promise you it's not.
It's never too late. Never too late.
That's why you got this card. Jules, I'm going to use the Oracle of Shadows and Light. You have to put those thoughts into cohesive order, though. You can't keep letting them run around like frenzied in your head. You have to stop it. You have to tell them, calm it down, respect the body you're using, or you cannot use it anymore.
Always
What?
say one at a. Always
Yeah.
say one at a time.
Yeah. You're in control of these visions. You're in control of these spirits. You're in control. You have to take that control and tell them, cut the poop. Enough is enough. Respect the body you're in or get out. Respect the space you're in or get out. Cover yourself with light before you do it and blast the light out. Anything negative should disperse, not permanently, but for that moment. Then you can cohesively think and put everything in order. That's the best advice I can give you right now. Exactly, Mark Webster. Yep. Never too late to do anything you want.
Never.
And the universe giving you this card is because you're walking around thinking that. Not a spirit, whatever it was, it doesn't matter. It's your energy that whatever, if it's otherworldly, supernatural, extraterrestrial, I'm not too sure about extraterrestrial 100%, but I know a lot of them it is true with. You can blast your light out and you take control. Now, in an abduction scenario, I don't know, but okay, Shelly, you can either text me and I'll get it after stream, or you can put it in chat. With the Moxie shout out to the spirits, get out of the body. Yes.
Get out.
We have a 2-hour session tomorrow, Jules, and I was wondering if it's okay if we could start at 5, because if you remember, I have to stream at 8. I have my call with Baby Boy I could do it at 7:30. So if we do 5 to 7, that'll work perfectly for me. But if we do 6 to 8, I'm going to be all kinds of messed up. Stream's going to start late, and I'm not going to get to talk to RG till later. Rocking with you. Okay, perfect. We are going to scry. We are going to do some automatic writing. We've got a lot we've got to do because you've come very far, and we almost got you lit up. Almost got those attachments off you. It's been a long road. We've been working at this for like 2 months. Spirits interfered multiple times and stopped us from communicating, but it's just not gonna work. Not with me, because I don't give up. Seeing in real time crap. Shelly, why don't you text me and like just give me a little more information on that? No, don't be sorry, but you may have to put more than that because I don't understand what that means.
Shelly, it would be good for you to take notes on what you hear and what you see too. Write it down.
Yeah, Jules, you know what though? Like I said to you last night, a lot of the times when we're in chat, just like with the text message, and I try to be mindful of this myself, there's no affect. So sometimes when things come out, myself, Ghost Dragons, people in the chat, we don't know how it's actually sounding in your head when you're typing it. So it could sound extremely rude and obnoxious when in reality you're being sarcastic and joking. You know, you just don't know. So that's why, like, to avoid things like that, I guess I would ask all of you guys to be more like precise with what it is that, like, if I upset you, or if you feel like, hey, like I keep getting skipped, what the F, guys, say that. And then we'll know that it's kind of like I'm being funny about it, but I actually am a little annoyed. It's perfectly okay to be annoyed with something like that. I just don't want things to get tantrumy or seem like that's how they're getting, because then the chat does turn. And I don't ever want that to happen, especially on someone like you who's here all the time, who's friends with everybody. We've got to keep it simple. We've got to keep it dignified, because if we don't, who else will? You're good. I do believe that's what happened yesterday, though, because I'm like, I don't know if she's mad. Like, do I reach out? And I should have reached out. But to be honest with you, like I said, I laid in bed crying all day yesterday for no reason and for every reason under the sun. So it wasn't a good day for me to do what we were going to do anyway. But yeah, we're a family here. Oh my gosh, Shelly. Oh, I wish I lived closer to you. I think you and Mike live close to each other. Tracy's not here either.
I was just going to ask. I'm starting to notice, some people that haven't showed up yet.
Well, Tracy's been busy with a wedding. I believe it's her daughter's.
Oh.
Yeah, Jules, I'm pretty much the same way. It's like, okay, whatever. But I do worry, because I don't want anyone to feel left out, forgotten, annoyed, or agitated. And I want you guys to be able to speak your mind. So you can say like, that's annoying, and we can move on from it. I don't ever want anyone to feel like they have to pretend that they're okay with something if they're not, even if it's something small. We're supposed to be able to be our authentic selves with everybody. You'll get reassurance. We'll try to make sure it doesn't happen too many times again, and then we'll move on from it. No big deal. Unidentified, what's that?
Anthony, what's up, sir?
All right, Jules, you got the Mildew Fairy. Cleanup time, card number 15. Some things just look like they're yuck, but they're not. They're very good things, and they can be powerful and helpful when used in the right way. So if the Mildew Fairy turns up in your reading, it's time to check out what could be profoundly useful for you that you've already dismissed. And this could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment you're in. It's very important not to try to hide this from yourself or to cover it up. The health of the situation rests upon the degree of openness you approach it with. The Mildew Fairy speaks. It always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there, like me. I grow naturally where it's warm and wet, and I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things. I can be medicine, and I can be a parasite too. But all the time I'm showing you what's going on, what you need to change, and whether the conditions are a little too steamy for you. If they are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, and you'll kill all that is helpful and good, or you'll kill all that is helpful and good. You see, I turn up when something is unhealthy and you aren't noticing it or you aren't getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honor, or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They are all healthy ways to honor me, and do not step thoughtlessly into that fairy ring. It's all about me being in the right place. Don't ignore me. Right now, something really does need to be cleaned healthfully before it begins to affect you. I feel like this is someone in your very close proximities energy. Think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, which is stuck emotions, and increase airflow, fresh thinking in your home and environment. When the Mildew Fairy comes to pay a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over-emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts need to be brought in to clear the situation up. This is exactly what we're going to be working on tomorrow, getting the rest of those attachments off you and opening you up. It might be our last session, or it's our second to last. She can mean a fresh way of thinking or a fresh point of view, or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment to find yourself within it. Like the Mildew Fairy said, a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her can be maddening. Where she turns up will tell you lots about what needs a fresh new approach in your life. And if she is inside, lurking in cupboards or in the bathroom instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of unhealthful energy needs to be addressed, not rationalized and excused, and never, ever ignored. Okay, let me take a sip of my water, please. Baby UFO, if you're still here, please let us know. You're next. All right, Jules. There is energy, and we already know this, right? You and I, in your orbit, in your general proximity, and now in your personal space, affecting your energy, which stinks because we just cleared your energy out, but we still have to do a chakra alignment. That's negatively affecting you. And I do feel like you're rationalizing it. I feel like you're being manipulated a little bit. I feel like you're not sticking to boundaries a whole lot, and no judgments or indictments, because I do it too at times. We all do. This is the universe and your spirit team telling you that you need to address the toxic and negative person and or energy that they bring into your personal space immediately. You can only achieve and accomplish so much spiritually especially, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychically as well, but spiritually especially, when you refuse to acknowledge that energy, either someone else's or your own, and I do not get that this is your own, in your orbit, that, you know, it's just toxic. It's flat out toxic. No matter which way you want to try to make it sound like it may be getting better, or it's not toxic anymore, or it's not going to be, it's toxic. And we are not going to be able to fully complete our mission, and you are never going to fully grow into light working, grow into yourself, grow into your own spirit, your own light, with this toxic energy pervading your surroundings. So, for example, look at me, say I'm you, okay? And my energy is golden light around me. And then there's just these little darts of black zapping in through my energy, into my heart, into my throat, into my crown, into my, not my crown, my third eye, into my crown, all over, into all my chakras. Every time that happens, the black sticks to me and a little bit of the gold goes away. By the end of, either a long time or a little bit of time, it's all black. Then I'm negative. I'm covered in toxicity. I can't move forward in my life. I can't manifest. That is where you're headed if you don't address this and get rid of it. We'll talk tomorrow, girl. Who's next? Baby UFO did not answer. You are muted.
Let's do Smoochie next.
Smoochie, higher self. Did we get to read for Pixie or did she have to leave?
She just kind of disappeared, so I think she must have left.
We got to do a timestamp then, one for her.
I will. I had it marked down.
I know. Jules, I'm going to help you with that tomorrow, I promise. Because that's exactly who this is talking about. But I know how you feel because I put myself in that situation. I'm like, I probably wouldn't do it either. But we're doing some really serious spiritual work here. And it just simply has to be done. Okay, baby UFO. Smoochie, I'm going to do baby UFO first because there must have been a delay. And then it will be your turn, Miss Smooch. Baby UFO, let's use...
They're in the back intercom.
Okay, let's use Urban Crow.
Whatever that means, but you're good.
All right, Miss Smoochie. We can use the witching hour for you then. And then Miss Lyra's going to get higher self because she bought the deck. Guys, Amazon wish list gift link if you want to buy me decks, crystals, whatever is on that list. I have a bazillion things on there ranging from like $5 to like, I don't know. And I'm a Prime member, which means it's all free delivery.
I'm going to have to write that one down because you'd have a hard time fitting it in your...
I have to get rid of some of the decks and just write and more. That's what I'm going to be doing next week. Because once I get one more new deck, I will reach the limit of 5,000 words. And I have to keep the disclaimer in there. I have to keep the copyright in there. Right. And I have to keep my links in there. So the only thing that can go is some of the Oracle decks. Nice. I love being over the speaker, even though I hate my own voice. Nobody we're actually pre-programmed and conditioned from birth to hate the way we sound over the phone, through an intercom. It's something like with the energy of it that like really creeps our body out. It affects our energy in a negative way. Even if we're doing something positive, speaking positively, we're just conditioned to not like the sound of our own voice.
And the people that do, is that why they're all screwy?
Oh, Jules, I didn't know. Well, guilty conscience. I'm just saying. We could literally be talking about anybody. But, like I always say, I could be talking about anyone, but if you got a guilty conscience, there might be a reason for that. All right, baby UFO. Andrew Human, yeah. Okay. Baby UFO, card number 52. It is the card of warning. I like my voice when I'm singing, even though I'm horrible at it. A lot of people do. I actually really like the way I sound when I sing too. But then when I hear it, I hate it. Like when it's coming out of me, I'm like, ooh, it sounds nice. And then I'm like, ooh, no. Okay, card number 52, Baby UFO, the card of warning. This card was created during the height of the smoke from the eastern Washington wildfires that infiltrated the city. Crows have scouts that sit up high over all the action to serve as a lookout. It is their job to spot the signs and warn others of danger. Warning indicates the signs are around you. Something less than favorable is approaching, and your attention is needed to ensure you have time to react to it. Warning brings to your awareness the red flags that you may be missing or denying, putting you in a less than desirable situation. From the employer who always pays a day or two late to the partner who never seems to want to be seen out together in public, too often we make excuses in an attempt to dismiss the warning to avoid accepting our reality. Warning signs appear throughout various scenarios in our lives. Sometimes it takes a friend or someone on the outside to point out what we don't want to acknowledge. When this card appears in a reading, consider the signs that you've received. Do they shed light on a situation that you may have been avoiding? It's not a warning like that, right? Like something terrible's coming in. What it is a warning of, though, baby UFO, Mark Webster, me too. When I put the playback, I always just listen. What this is a warning of is it's kind of like not a pre-warning. It's kind of like a re-warning, right? Because there's something in your life that deep down inside you knew either someone was lying to you, someone was manipulating you, you knew that something was too good to be true, you knew that you shouldn't get involved in something. There is something yet like that. And it's like you saw the red flags, you knew in your gut, but you dismissed them. You're like, no way. Like, it's kind of like when we're just falling in love with someone. You know, we see all these red flags and we make excuses for them and we dismiss them because the feeling of falling in love is so amazing. And we don't want to admit to ourselves that this may not be real, right? Because it's such an amazing, beautiful feeling. Baby UFO says, yes, something did happen. I lost 981 members and a crazed admin banning everyone and erasing the server just yesterday. Okay, now that could be a sign of something, but that already happened. This is talking about something. So maybe that was your warning to, you know, do whatever you need to do to ensure that that doesn't happen again. You know, maybe tighten the reins. I don't know, like, really a lot about, I know that you run a kennel from your home, but I don't know a lot about that. And I don't know a lot about what you just said, but this is a warning. So make sure that doesn't happen again. It very well could. I won't say it probably will. You knew something about either someone, some situation, or some relationship was wrong, was off, was not working, was, you know, not going to work out. And you ignored it. Because it's only a gut feeling, right? It's not factual. It's not tangible. So it could be wrong. No, it's not wrong. According to this card, it is not wrong. If you had a gut feeling about someone that they're lying, manipulative, deceitful, straight up just a terrible human being, more than likely you're right. Cut that person off before they do any more damage. Okay? If it was about a situation, you know, do what you can to fix it and make sure that it never happens again, because it will happen again until you act. There you go, baby UFO. Miss Smoochie, the Witching Hour. I haven't used this deck in a while. Yes, and Edna, sexual attraction and love are two different things. I feel like it takes a while for light workers to understand that, though. I feel like a lot of us do search for love in like all the wrong places just so that we can have it, especially if we were traumatized as children. Okay. Or we can just, great. Now I put them on upside down. Great. Geez, how many were there? Oh, just the one. Okay. Dead bowls. Okay. Breaking Illusions, the Crow Moon. Card number 9. The waning crow moon suggests looking deep inside yourself to confront any misconceptions you have about your own life. Just as the crone is here on this card looking inside a pool of truth, her outer self begins to break away and she sees herself for who she truly is. It may be time to shatter any illusions you have of yourself or others. Peel away these misconceptions about your life and see yourself for the amazing being that you are and how the goddess intended you to be. We are made in her image. Therefore, there is nothing wrong with how you are emotionally or physically. Do you tell yourself, if I were just smarter, or if I could be less reserved, I would be a better person, etc.? Break those illusions, for they are not true. Yeah, baby UFO. I felt that. I felt that right here, honey. I really did. It's like been the bane of my existence my entire life, thinking I was in love.
Okay, you ready?
No, I didn't finish
Oh,
the reading
I was
yet.
going to say, I didn't think so.
Josephine Van Dam, let us know if you're still here. All right, Smoochie. So I don't believe that you really, I don't feel like you're really feeding into any illusions, but I do feel like there's a situation, relationship, and or person in your life where you feel like you have to wear a mask. Wearing a mask doesn't necessarily mean not being yourself. It means covering up a certain part of yourself. So maybe not saying what you really feel. And we've talked about this before where you're kind of like holding things in, like, I really shouldn't say that. Or I really shouldn't do that because then this person I care about is going to be angry with me. I always give the example of an in-law, right? Like a son or a daughter-in-law. And you know that they're a piece of garbage, but say you have a son and your son married a woman that you just know is a manipulating, money hungry skank, for lack of a better word, right? And skunt. And you know this for absolute certainty, but you know that if you say it to your son, more than likely, at least at first, this woman is going to manipulate your son into not speaking to you anymore because she's going to pretend like her feelings are hurt in order to isolate your baby. So you don't say anything. The universe is saying if that's happening in your life, and it probably is because you pulled this card, you need to just say what you mean what you say. Do whatever it is you feel the need to do. Stop worrying about how other people are going to react. I do feel like this is someone like a child, a sibling, a parent, a brother, like it's somebody who is blood related or who is like blood relation. Okay. Like I said to Sunny before, not all family is blood, but I do feel like a family connection. This person's not going to take their love away. And even if they do for a little while, it's only them physically removing themselves. Okay. It's all going to work out well for you in the end. So make sure you do not hold back anything for any reason. And that doesn't mean you have to be rude or unkind, but say what you mean, because I feel like your instincts are right on point about this person, relationship, and or situation. And for you to not say it, you're actually hurting and harming the other person. Once that's out there in the air, they're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. And it might actually do some good and separate them from this hostile person. For example, I'm sorry, who's next?
Mike Roberts.
Smoochie says, I resemble that remark.
I know. It's gonna...
All right, Mike, let's use the Oracle of Shadows and Light. There you go. Always works well for me. I am a light worker. Yes. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Jules, we love you. We care about you. I never actually met you in person, but you're like a sister to me, just like, Anna's my aunt and Smoochie's my soul sister and Tennille's my best friend. Like, it's just, this community was brought together for a reason. So it's not a mistake that we're all here every week together.
You don't need to hide in the shadows, Mike. You come hang out in the dark corner with me down in the basement.
I don't have any extra waffle sandwiches, though.
I'll give you half of mine. I'm a good guy.
There you go. That's a predicament. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel the need to say it, say it. Yes, ma'am. We sure is. Ooh, okay. Mike, you got the Angel of Alchemy. I hardly ever pull this card. I love this card. Is beautiful. It looks a little bit like Cher, but I don't eat much. Card number 21. The Angel of Alchemy is the miracle who stands between the physician and death. She is the powerful healing angel who will resolve this health issue that is confronting you at this time. This doesn't have to be physical health. It could be spiritual as well. Her role is to help you find the perfect treatment for your body and to restore your well-being naturally and healthfully. She helps you find the right doctor, the right treatment, the right healing mode, and the right attitude and energy to overcome this challenge. She will draw on powerful energy from the heart chakra, which will be sent out to you and which can revive your energy and your belief in the possibility of your perfect health. She will help you to find the courage to face physical life, for it is that which has overwhelmed you from time to time. The sheer courage it takes to experience life in physical form is that which she is here to help support you in and to show you that not only does it take great courage, it brings the greatest of all blessings. Mike, Not to scare you or worry you, but I would recommend getting to a doctor soon just to make sure that this isn't a physical thing. I'm seeing more spiritual, but I'm also, the way I'm seeing you is kind of out of physical alignment as well, which could mean, you know, that you could be sick in some way, not like anything serious. I don't usually see diseases through cards, unless that's what I'm looking for. But I do see like maybe, you're about to come down with the flu or even worse, pneumonia or something like that. It doesn't have to be that, but I would just get checked out just in case. Okay. The angel of alchemy speaks. I am here to help you make a miraculous shift in your body and your health, whether you have an injury or an illness or simply feel ill at ease within the form you currently have. I am the angel of alchemy, and I can show you how to change your current experience of physicality. I stand here and have done so for many thousands of years. I have seen the fear and the guilt of others. I have seen the fear of infection, the anguish of pain, and the despair at life seeming to end. But I am here with you now to show you how to create health and strength and how to stop being so frightened of growing older and having times when your body will challenge you. All will be well, and all of this will pass. This form is just one of many you will create. Let me show you how to live anew with love and in health. There may be health challenges for you at the present time, regardless of what you or one dear to you may be experiencing. It is time to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I had only a short time to live on this planet? You don't have a short time to live on this planet. It's just saying, act as if. Would you go to a doctor then if you knew that if you didn't, you only had a short time? It also could be someone next to you, someone close to you who could be sick or coming down with something, some kind of dis-ease, where it's affecting your energy. Because the beautiful thing about looking deeply into the human fear of death is that the examination of mortality will create an exquisite sense of being alive now, and you will reprioritize and you will begin to shape your life in new and meaningful ways once you see that time in the sense of bodily life can be short. Do not hesitate. Take action now on changing what needs to be changed. When you receive this card, you're about to turn a corner with a health challenge. The current situation has actually served you in many ways. It's brought your focus back to what is truly valuable in your life and made you aware of areas of neglect. Now you can move forward with a refreshed set of priorities that are based in something very real. The angel of alchemy encourages you to make your healing, either your own or that of someone close to you, the top priority. I don't see this as physical health. I see this as spiritual. Okay. I feel like you are way out of whack spiritually. And with your past few single card readings here in chat, and also with your monthly personals, I feel like there's amazing opportunity coming in for you to grow and change and just be the best Mike Roberts that you can possibly be. And your dreams can come true, but you're spiritually stuck. And that doesn't mean religious. It just means spiritually, chakra alignment, energy cleansing, things like that. If you need me to send you some crystals, sage bundles, directions, things like that, I surely will. But we have to get you spiritually aligned somehow. And I pulled the card, so I feel a responsibility to work with you on this. But you have to put the work in. You can't just say that you will and get bored of it 2 days later. There are major blockages here. And that's why your monthlies are not really coming true, no matter what you seem to think that you're doing, because you're not actually becoming more spiritually aware or spiritually aligned. You are stuck. It could be mental health as well, but I'm telling you, I'm seeing mega spiritual blockages in you, which can cause mental health issues as well. It's all about being spiritually out of whack, mental, physical, emotional. It all boils down to the spiritual at the end of the day. It really does. Who's next?
Josephine.
She here?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Josephine, I'm going to use Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Whoa. Okay. That was quick. Independence. Moon in Aquarius. I believe that's Aquarius. Yep. This doesn't mean you do have a moon in Aquarius. Ray has an Aquarius moon. The Sun Aquarius. Oh, that's Sun. We need Moon Aquarius. There we go. You're welcome, Mike. Moon Aquarians require complete freedom of expression for their feelings, coming and going as they please, physically and emotionally. Often, Aquarians are stubborn or just perverse when others get a little too close or clingy. They switch emotions quickly from friend to friend and mood to mood. Friendship on a broad level keeps Moon Aquarians emotionally high. This means plenty of friends, plenty of new contacts, and a great deal of conversation. Lasting friendships with women are more than usually important for people with this aspect, reflecting the feminine moon placed in the sign. The Aquarian desire for constant contact with others is valued in order to exchange, form, and reform ideas, the bond being more usually with the mind than with the heart. This card describes someone whose feelings and emotions tend to be rationalized and thought over interminably. Moon Aquarians is also traditionally a planet sign combination that indicates an astrologer. Often, when this card occurs in a reading, it shows that the person asking the question is trapped in a mental whirlwind. It indicates a need to let go of emotions and to allow feelings to express themselves without rationalizing them. It also suggests that the questioner's home will be used in the future for group meetings with some kind of good cause or humanitarian subject. Josephine, let's start with the first thing. You better. Josephine, what this card is saying is, first of all, I have to turn it around, is first of all, you probably are going to want to be doing something in your house, throwing a party or something like that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I guarantee you it comes up in the next month or two. You're going to want to invite people. The second thing that I am seeing with this card is like over analyzing things, telling too many people your business, running very personal things by like everybody. Not a judgment or an indictment. I used to do the same thing. I really had to pull it back. That can end up hurting more than helping, because there are people who don't have the same heart as you who are going to take your traumas and all of the very deep personal things that you're saying to them and telling them, and instead of helping you, trying to turn it against you, gossiping about you behind your back, adding things. I just spit on myself. Adding things to what you said and things like that. Definitely keep yourself guarded this week, but don't not talk to anyone. Like, talk to like 2 or 3 main people that you feel you can trust, because at the end of the day, they're going to help you from the stinking thinking, the analysis paralysis, the over analyzing, overthinking, running through things over and over and over again and never getting anywhere, because you're not actually acting on anything. You're just thinking of ideas. Keep yourself and your emotions very, very guarded this week. There are people looking to use your past against you, use your pain against you. And I'm very sorry to see that. I know that's terrible when that happens. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a warning. Guys, I have to take my medicine. Give me 5 minutes. I will return.
My voice is going. How's everybody doing so far tonight? Hello, Nightmare. Good to see you. You going to want a reading tonight? Always ask. Sometimes you've said yes, so. Smoke them if you got them. Man, I'm about ready to have one. My dog's going to have to be doing the pee-pee dance by the time I get done. Yes, I was. Hey, actually, Richard Elmore, I was just getting ready to call you. That you're after Ann Palmer, okay, bud? Trying to make sure I don't. Yeah, that nicotine. It's my one weakness. That and brown eyes. Oh, 2 weaknesses. A good smoke and a nice pair of brown eyes. Just so you could breathe it in. That's funny. I actually knew a guy that quit smoking, but every time everybody went outside to smoke, he always went out with them. And I figured that's what he was doing too. Actually, I do get out of the basement quite a bit. It's been a weird couple days, and Sunday was a long one. Sunday and Mondays were a very long day. I got out of the basement so far, we ended up in Kansas. I was asleep dreaming. It is 2 weaknesses or 3. Is the brown eyes a cyclops or an eye patch? Ah, Layla. That's true. That's slip. That's so true. That's not a brown eye I'd like to look into. I'll pass on that. It's funny because my dad didn't smoke for years because of my mom. And after she passed, I said, he goes, I want a cigar. He hasn't stopped since.
All right, who's next?
And Palmer.
All right. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, Ann Palmer. Let's use the Archangel Animals.
There you go.
You're welcome, Josephine. Good night, Blue Crossroads. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Be safe, good man. So after Anne will be Richard.
Okay.
Almore.
And she's been praying for Smoochie's husband. That's okay. That works.
But he probably needs a lot of prayers living with Smoochie.
Oh, no, you didn't. Smoochie,
Yes,
don't worry. Don't worry. When I see him, I'll backhand him for you.
I love you, Smoochie. You know I do. You make my night sometimes.
Mark Webster, I believe that. That's why I refused to go on it and went on Suboxone instead, which is what I just had to take. And I can't even imagine getting off it right now because just not having it, I start jumping out of my skin, which is like, to me, like kind of defeats the purpose, but we won't go there. All right. And I'm sure it does. Sending out love and light and really like sitting there and pushing it out and imagining, even if you don't know what the person looks like, even if you don't know what their name, Smoochie's husband, envisioning just a body and sending it out because that's your intention. And that's how magic with a K works. Good night, Mike. Have fun.
Good night, Mike.
Mark Webster, I can only imagine. But you did it and you're a miracle. Congratulations.
That's always something to be standing proud about.
Llama. And you got the llama.
Smoochie's making me blush.
Mike, I'm dealing with something a little bit similar, only not with the Suboxone, with something that's non-narcotic. I'll talk to you about it privately. All right, llama. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. Everybody? Anybody? Everybody. Myself included. Yeah, Smoochie, you're an Aquarius. I'm not surprised. Sunny, I didn't even know you were still here, but have a great night. Love you. Thank you again.
Please have a good one too, sir. Be safe.
Llamas originate from Lacume, the ascended aspect of Sirius, and they incarnated into South America, which is closely connected to Venus, the planet of love. See how they're making a heart? They help to keep open the hearts of those around them by bathing them in Christ light. You're welcome, Mark. This is a card of pure love. It suggests your heart is warm and open, so you may let others impose on your good nature or drain you. Decide what is acceptable for you. Then it is important to set clear boundaries. As we are all energetically entwined, it may be enough for you to define these boundaries mentally. However, your guidance is to be prepared to enforce them tactfully if necessary. We talk about this all the time. Then you'll find it easier to follow your heart and be loyal, caring, and patient with your loved ones and those in need. Remember to find time to see positive friends and do things that make you feel relaxed and happy, as this will give you energy and keep your frequency high. It will benefit you to tune into the cosmic heart for love and support. And I do feel like you have people in your life, as we all do, taking advantage of you. I feel like you're so open-hearted and you're so generous, okay? Oh, that's awesome. My granddaughter's working with a llama as her 4-H project. Cool. They're taking advantage of you. They're taking you for granted. And I feel like you're kind of excusing it. And I talked about this with not only Jules, but a few other people throughout this stream. And I talk about it with people a lot. it's like, as light workers and as kind-hearted people, human beings, we don't want to offend. We don't want to cause conflict. We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. We don't want to be accused. Like, we don't want to be all these things that everyone else is to us without a second thought. The fact of the matter is, until you can stand up for yourself and tell people, I'm not going to accept being treated that way. I'm not going to accept that type of behavior anymore. It doesn't matter if you accepted it from them their entire life, your entire life, or both. If you're no longer willing to accept it and be treated that way, you need to tell them. But the test is to do it kindly, okay, and with love. Love them from a distance if necessary. Leo's rule, Aquarian's drool.
Bleh.
I don't think I have either of those signs in my chart at all. I have a lot of Sagittarius, a lot of Aries, and I believe my water placement is 1 Cancer, 1 Scorpio, aside from my sun. I have no Earth, as you guys know. A lot of Sagittarius and Aries, a lot of fire. All right.
Richard Elmore.
Wonderland.
Smoochie's picking on me.
All right, Richard. Are we nearing end or no?
Actually, you got Richard, Nick Y, Darling Deb, and you're almost done. Maybe 1, 2. I don't know if D-Rock's still here. I think
I didn't even see a D-Rock come in.
Yeah, he came in. He's actually from one of the SOR gang.
Okay.
And Anthony, I think, left. He just comes in and says hello. But if he's around, let me know, Anthony.
Unidentified Anthony, if you're still around, let us know. Darling Deb, let us know. Richard Elmore, you got card number 40. Keeping up. Hey, what's up, Pam Smith? Nikki, Nick, yo, Yatsula. If you're still here, let me know.
Hi, Pam.
Congratulations on your grandbaby. Richard Elmore, keeping up. Immense effort. Advance. Well, in our country, said Alice, still panting a little, you generally get to somewhere else if you ran very fast for a long time, as we've been doing. A slow sort of country, said the Queen. Now here, you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as easy as that, or fast as that. I don't know where easy came from. The lessons of your life are taking place at a fast rate, far too swiftly for you to process them. It seems you are only just keeping up with all the changes coming to you. You must work very hard to make any discernible progress for now. You have been trying and trying to get ahead, and yet you always seem to be in the very simple place. This could be in almost any aspect of your life, your finances, relationships, career, success, all of the above. At this point in time, the answer is to work even harder. You will not have to do this much work with this much effort, perhaps ever again, but the only way out of your current situation is to accelerate, get intense, and push for the breakthrough that is just ahead of you. You will need to devote more time than you would wish, and sacrifices will need to be made. However, if you do this, you will push through the resistance and explode into the next stage of your life. That sounds awesome. Put all your effort into surging ahead and watch as you begin to move in the tiniest of ways ahead of where you've been. Once you take that lead, stay focused on where you're going, and you will begin to leave the place you find yourself in now. When you push through, others will recognize the incredible dedication you have to your own life. This will inspire them to push forward with their own dreams too. One thing's for sure, the intensity of your approach brooks no resistance. Your movement and energy will drive away all stagnation. Now go. A time of very hard work, getting ahead, determination, and resolve to push through to the next stage. The urge to improve your status will be rewarded, moving quickly with strength and stamina, a great deal to process and integrate. Richard, you've got a lot going on and or a lot coming in. Okay. This card is telling you it may be overwhelming. It may be exhausting. You may feel like you're going nowhere. You're just putting all this work into either a relationship, a situation, it doesn't matter, into yourself, and you're not really seeing the results. The fact of the matter is the results are coming in so quick, you're not noticing them right now because they're very small things. All of these small things put together create the giant, bigger picture, the puzzle. It's all little puzzle pieces coming in, and you're like, oh, you're not really recognizing what they are until they're all put together at the end. keep forging ahead. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then this time is coming in the next week or two where you are going to have to really push yourself like beyond your own limits. If you really want what you want, if you're looking for a major raise at work, a huge promotion, you're going to have to work 5 times as hard as you normally do. Now is the time to really go after what it is you want, what you're looking for in all areas of your life, because you are making progress. But like I said, it's like you're making one piece that goes over here, one piece that goes over here. And before you know it, it's all going to come right into view and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I made it. I did it. And then you can settle back down. This card and the universe is like, okay, so this may be the only time in your life you're ever going to have to do this, which means it's something huge that's coming in for you. Again, relationship, career, self-help, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, if you really push yourself beyond your limits, not to the point where you're sick or hurt yourself or do anything dangerous, obviously, disclaimer. But if you really do that and you want this bad enough, you can have it. You can have millions of dollars in your bank account. You can own that beach house. Those are my manifestations. But seriously, you can have anything that you want right now. The universe is saying, here, what do you want? Take it. Reach out and take it. Who's next?
Okay. Nick Y.
Nick Y is not here.
Okay. Darling Deb.
Darling Deb, last call.
She asked if I could timestamp her because she.
Okay, good.
So should we do one for Nick and timestamp it for him? I know he's in and out working.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Oh, I'm not going to say no now.
No, it's okay.
No, we can do it for Nick. It's okay.
Okay, and then
we didn't read Lara, so good thing she came.
I was just going to say we're going to say timestamp her too because you asked.
All right, so we'll do Darling Deb timestamp, Nick timestamp, then Miss Lara will read for you, and then we're done. And Mark Webster, absolutely. Mark says it's never too late to have what you want. It's never too late to go out there and get it. Honestly, guys, trust me, it's not. I accidentally fell into this when I was 37 years old. It's now my career. I'm now a best-selling author, and all of it is because I randomly decided to get on YouTube one day and ramble because I was lonely. And look at me now. Look at me now. And I'm kind of a small business owner. Even though I don't have a website, I sell a lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff. And most of it's homemade. I put little trinkets in there and stuff that I don't make. But I do make the bulk of a lot of stuff. I make homemade bath salts. I make homemade scented lotions. I make with essential oils, manifestation intention sprays. I make negativity clearing and cleansing sprays that you can put in the air, on linens and things, on your clothes, on your body. It'll never hurt it. You can pour some in your bath water. I make war water. I make uncrossing spray. I mean, it runs the gamut of what I can put together for you guys. I send out sage bundles, crystal kits. I work with you individually on spiritual healing, on removing attachments. And yeah, it costs some money, but money is never the reason why I do anything. And I'd rather you guys get the help and have the stuff. So I always give you guys breaks. And as she loads up those boxes, folks. Yes.
She does.
Miss Dixie, are you sure? It's not about, do you want one? It doesn't matter to me. It's only one extra person. So, and I'm always willing to read for you guys. Thank you, Aunt Edna. Oh yeah, the oil rollers. I just got a whole new thing of rollers and a whole new thing of crystals. So
I love my rollers. And
I gotta make you another one. I think I used the tobacco and stout essential oil that I put together on your last roller.
It said egg. Is the egg?
That was the crystal.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I never heard of that kind of crystal before, but that's what came in the thing. In the box that I got of the little crystals. And I just go by like feeling your energy. So it's not really what you order. Like if you order a spiritual helper box from me, I go by your energy and I'll send you what you need for your home, your environment, and yourself. I will take orders if someone says, I want this type of scent. I'll definitely send it to you. But if you want a whole box from me, it's going to be custom made specifically for you, for what you're dealing with, what your attachments and issues are, what you're dealing with spiritually, that type of stuff. Okay, now that and guys, please don't forget my books. Please, please, please. Missing the Fae Theory, Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying stories and shadow entities, sleep paralysis and beyond. That's the newest one. I really would love for those to start selling again. So if you want autographed copies, please email me. For any other correspondence, if you want to be on the show on Thursday nights or Monday afternoon, 8 to 9:30 Eastern on Thursday, and noon or 1 o'clock every other Monday. Let me know. GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com if you want to work with me, if you want to put an order in, if you want to know what I'm all about, if you have encounter stories, whatever you need, that's where you can get me if you don't have my phone number. I'm sorry, darling Deb. Divine Circus. Nice, Aunt Edna. That's awesome.
Yeah, she sent me sprays right after each other. So I keep one in the car and one in my
son keeps his in the car too. And I also I do seasonal stuff, like, you know, fall scents and things like that if you guys want. All right. Darling Deb. Rare, raw, real. Who else were we doing? Oh, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nick, I'm going to use the Vampire Oracle for, but okay, Deb, we got rare, raw, and real. Card number 42.
I couldn't even say that if I wanted to.
It's hard.
Too many R's for me. I would have screwed it all to Kingdom Come.
All right. Deb, it's time to peel back the layers and unearth the real you. Naked, vulnerable, real, and beautiful. With every layer of hiding. Oops. Can you see it? Oh, yep, you sure can. With every layer of hiding and protection removed, you'll encounter whatever it was that caused that layer of self-protection to be built up in the first place. Okay? Maybe a sense of shame, fear, hate, anger, or doubt. These feelings might seem so confronting that you'll wonder if they are a sign to back off. If you can affirm your love for yourself and a willingness to be patient whilst you become ready to be known and seen and loved for who you are underneath those layers of pain, then you'll find it easier to let them fall away. As this happens, there will be a revelation of raw, rare, and real you, of a raw, rare, and real you that you didn't even know was there. So pure, so powerful, so precious. The inner light of you will shine through like a lantern suddenly illuminated with the radiance of you lighting up the dark. Revealing the true you isn't about exhibitionism or putting yourself on display. Someone could walk naked on a beach, completely comfortable with their physical appearance, and yet not be in touch with the true beauty of their soul, their radiance dulled, and their authenticity a mystery even to them. The Oracle of Rare, Raw, Real comes to you if you are one of those special ones capable of dropping the defensive posture of perfection, of holding genuine compassion and goodwill towards yourself and others with a willingness to be shown who you really are. Rather than reacting with fear of being judged, you choose to treat this revealed self as a precious divine creature to be loved and nurtured into full aliveness. In being brave enough to do this, you help empower others to be their true selves as well, to be less afraid of what makes them different, to embrace their uniqueness and feel the divine dignity that is rightfully ours when we choose to simply be who we are. Deb, this is a really great card. It's telling you to focus your energy on yourself, self-love, self-care. I feel like you try to do this a lot of the time, but there's like a lot of distraction. You're so busy focusing on helping everyone else, on being manipulated into giving to other people or giving your time to causes that maybe you really don't believe in or don't care too much for. You don't have to be the savior of the world. You don't have to be everyone's handmaid. You don't have to be there for everyone. I use the example all the time. If you are a multimillionaire, that does not mean you have to lend someone $10. Just because you have millions, it doesn't mean that. And if someone's not going to love you, care about you, be your friend, or talk to you anymore because you won't lend them $10, whether you have millions or whether you have a $10 bill on you, they're not supposed to be in your life anyway. Lesson learned, move on. I feel like this is really a detrimental card to your spiritual awakening. It's like it's finally time for you to open up and do what Deb likes to do. Do what Deb wants to do. Follow your intuition. Follow your gut. Take chances, not dangerous ones, but you know what I mean. Like take a chance. Tempt fate, not in a negative way. Tempt it to give you everything that you've ever wanted. Tempt destiny. Manifest what you desire. The time is now. The universe is offering you through this card abundant blessing, everything you've ever wanted, but you have to put out there what it is. And if you're so focused on everyone else, how are you going to focus on what you want and manifest that? And another message that I just got, stop comparing yourself to others. I feel like you're looking at other people like, I've been doing this job for 20 years. They've been here 5 and they got a promotion. What does she have that I don't? You know, I wish I was so-and-so. They're so beautiful. You don't know anything about so-and-so. They could be a hot mess in training. Like, you don't know. They can be a train wreck and 2 car crashes. You don't know really who someone is until you get to know them. So looking at someone else and wishing that you were them, wishing you had their life, wishing you were where they were, you don't know what they have to go through to get there. Focus on Deb for this entire month. I'm not saying don't help other people, but stop allowing yourself to be manipulated and distracted from helping yourself. Ghost Dragons EW, thank you so much for that amazing super chat. Thank you to everyone else who donated either through super chat, super sticker on YouTube, PayPal, Cash App. The Amazon wish list gift link is in the description box as well. Please purchase my books, guys. Kindle and paperback version available on Amazon. Links in the description box, or email me. Last one, Nick Y, right? Yes?
Why do you yell at me? Just yell at me.
Well, our names aren't there anymore, so I don't know.
Yes. Nick is there.
Well, I couldn't see that you're muted because the name was covered up.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
That's why I was like, hello. Hello, Leona way. Oops. All right. Nick.
Yes, she has books on Amazon. And if I can find the link real fast, I'll try to post.
Yeah, I have 3 books out now. The most recent one is about shadow entities, sleep paralysis, and what they could be beyond sleep paralysis. The first one is Missing the Faith Theory, about how the fairies could be responsible for some of the missing 401 phenomenon. And Encounters with Evil is 101 short stories, either like famous, like I did the Amityville Horror, other stories that people have sent into me, things that I knew about, and a lot of experiences from my life being a physical medium. If you want them autographed by me, then you can email me and I'll get them to you. And then you just PayPal me instead of buying them from Amazon. I'm working on one right now on Black Eyed Kids. I'm hoping to have it handed in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So, all right, Nick. The Call of the Night, Daring, Adventure, Excitement, card number 16. The Vampires Speak. You have of late fallen into patterns that are soothing in their regularity. You know what to expect and when to expect it. You are surrounded by love and acceptance, and you are widely loved and applauded. You are content, you are comfortable, and have no real reason to become otherwise. Is what you have achieved not the pinnacle of human experience, to live and to live without fear or being tested? I know what you're saying. That's not true. This is talking about your comfort zone, the people you surround yourself with. I say to you now, I was once like you, and then the night and the darkness called me. I changed, and I left behind the world of daylight, and for a time I traveled from my loved ones, although some chose to travel with me. I departed from all that I knew in so many ways, and in doing so, I became more perfectly myself than if I had stayed in that perfectly still, comfortable place. For in the testing, I was reborn, for in the challenge, I was forged, and in the loneliness, I came to know myself. This time is one which I can only partake of truly alone, and for you, your fear of leaving the comfort zone. And for you, you fear leaving the comfort zone. You prefer all that is already known. But I tell you that with this card comes the call of the night and of her wild creatures. And you are about to leave that place of warmth, that cozy, restrictive, dulling cocoon, and step into a colder, harsher, more raw and real place. What it will teach you and offer you is more valuable and strange than you can ever imagine. You will be thrust out of that place you have called home and into a world of movement, color, drama, and some ferocity. You will make friends who respect you and challenge you. You will be disagreed with, and you will fight to survive at times, but the adventure will leave you feeling more alive, your every sense tingling more than ever before. The blessing, attraction, stimulated, daring, unexpected, thrill, danger Change in circumstance, drawn to the occult, unknown, wish to understand, experimentation, challenges, and tests. The curse, routine thinking, rut, condition to obey, lazy, dull, asleep, bland, insipid, cowardly, unchallenged, safety, and tedious, apathy, indifference. Time to step beyond the places and people where you feel safe. This is time to stretch your wings and to seek out new friends, experiences, and people. You will find so much if you dare to explore. I feel like you're going to have some kind of paranormal, extraterrestrial, or cryptid experience, Nick. I don't know why that's coming in. That's never coming in a reading before, but I feel you. Now, I feel it for you. Now, there is way more to life. There are way more people than in McAdoo, Pennsylvania. I'm just saying, you really need to get outside of that comfort zone. You have to stop dating the same women or woman. You have to stop hanging out with the same people all the time. You have to move away from where you are. And I know you tried this. I think it was last year. You moved to Jersey. You got a new job. It sucked. You went back. You need to, even if it's not coming to Jersey, you have to find something else. You are growing too big for where you're at. It's like your world has become so incredibly small and you've become so incredibly large, not physically, that you've outgrown all of it. People, places, things, dead, done, over with, relationships, situations, stuck, still, stagnant relationships and situations. It's like you're just like, what do I do? It's like you're chasing your tail, and you are. You need to find a way to get out of that town, to get out of that place. That doesn't mean you have to leave everyone behind, but really, you go back and visit, because this is a clear warning that you are going to stay stagnant and stale for a long time if you don't do something about it right now. You've got about a month or two. I feel like in that month or two, instead of in the next week or two like normal, it's going to be a month or two where you're going to get an opportunity, several, to step out of this place, out of this comfort zone, and specifically, I believe, out of McAdoo. So you're either going to take these opportunities or you're not, but I can tell you this, they're not going to come back around for like another 8 to 10 years. Okay. So if you don't want to be stuck where you are for another 8 to 10 years, take at least one of these opportunities, and you will know which one, because I feel an interest in things like Oracle, maybe talking to me a little bit more about things like that, interest in the occult. Something is going to challenge what you thought you already knew about the world. And it's occult-ish. Like I keep getting cryptid or there's some experience that you're going to have that's going to really test the boundaries of your imagination. I don't know if you're going to want to get out there and search. It's going to definitely be a eye-opening experience, and it's going to change your view on things. So when it happens, let me know. If you decide to not take these opportunities, you are going to stay stuck and stagnant. All right, guys, I love you so much. Don't forget to check out the description box. Email me. Please consider donating if you can through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you to everyone who donates, not just money, but time, effort, energy, love, light, and peace. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be going to 9 or 9:30, maybe even 10, depending on what we talk about, what we get into. If any of you guys want to come on with myself, Paranormal Pixie Lara, and Ghost Dragon ZW, let me know. Don't forget my books, Missing the Fae Theory, Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Stories, and Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to regret it. I put so much work and research into those books. Like, you don't even understand. Mark Webster, for hanging out with us. I hope that you come back and continue to chill with us. If you guys need anything, please reach out. Be patient for my responses, though, because sometimes I don't have time to check emails. Sometimes I'm in the middle of something, working 18 hours a day in front of the computer. My ringer is off. So always be patient, not just with me, but with everybody. My Amazon wish list gift link also in the description box. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.
Night, everybody.